everybody here. Before we get started, though, I'd like for, let's just have a moment of silence and remember to join the river. Before we do get started, everybody got a phone, please turn it off. Just have a moment of silence. Started on, Doug, would you lead us in a word of prayer? Everybody stand, let's have a word of prayer. Everybody stand.
Gracious Heavenly Father, we're so thankful for the day. We're so thankful for this little heart. Lord, we ask now that you just look down upon this little place, Lord, and bring us together in truth. Lord, bring us together in love, bring us together in hand to where we can hear from heaven. Lord, we ask that everything in this life be done according to your glory and your honor. We ask this all in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Before we do get started, I'd just like to welcome you here again. I know last every week we've had people just, everybody's got an opinion, I guess, but we're here to take care of business, and it's been drug out, and only way I want anybody to speak is like acknowledge them, but we're going to try to get this meeting over with and carry on with business. So, that being said, the first thing on the agenda is approve the minutes of the regular meeting of October 22nd, special meeting of October 31st, special meeting of November 8th, and special meeting of November 12th. Have a motion.
Motion. Second.
Motion made by Donnie, second by Ray Moore. Donnie Bush.
Aye.
Roy Darrell.
Aye.
Ray Moore.
Aye.
Bill Tinker.
Aye.
Motion carried.
We got some items to amend to the agenda, add to the agenda. Before we get started.
Okay, I guess you need to do that. I got some here too. Letter M, instead of being the German, will be Watts Fire Department. Tim Osborne, is he here? He is here. The next on the agenda will be a motion to pay meat tractor $12,000 for the bat wing. O will be approval to donate $1,000 to purchase hay for the horses through the Appalachian Horse Center. I don't know if Bill Andrews here or not.
You got a copy of that?
And then P, no, you just need that in on there, about firefighting. That's what you write down. And then P will be Breathitt/Wolf County Insurance. And then good. Man, I wish y'all turn these things in. You got more than we got on the agenda. Add to it.
We wouldn't
Hey,
have
we-
rules either.
A will be discussion of possible action concerning employee overtime. We'll call this PA, I guess. B will be consideration of approval to apply for grant money through USDA available through the purchase of a new DS vehicle. Obligated $12,000 from the general fund to match 25%. C will be consideration approval to Pittsburgh payment amount of $1,500 to Dylan Doors, D. Roddick, Plain Law Office for payment of retainer concerning Department of Claim. And initiated
Brian, on top.
by Deputy Judge / Shorty Bailey. Consideration approval resolution 2019-1126-1. Have you all got these resolutions and stuff? Copies of them? Then consideration approval resolution 2019-1126-2. PF will be discussion of possible action concerning the woods, 10.5 feet that way. Road and road. G will be discussion of possible action concerning various invoices. H will be consideration approval to give old courthouse telephone to the city of Jackson. I will be discussion of Washington County. Let me flash that one off, that's already on there. Wood County's already on there. PK will be discussion of possible action concerning maintenance of county building. PL will be discussion of fiscal year 19/20 fuel bid award. N will be discussion of possible action concerning Breathitt County Recreation Corporation. N will be discussion of possible action concerning Williams Road. O will be discussion of justice of peace / commissioner form of government. P will be discussion of possible action concerning gravel. Q will be discussion of possible action concerning the county road supervisor position. And also on mine is on Q, we just call this part two of the agenda that you all turned in. Okay, I consider a motion to adopt all these additional things to the agenda.
Motion. Second.
Roy Darrell, Ray Moore,
Aye.
Ellis Tinker,
Aye.
Donnie Bush.
Aye.
Motion carried. Okay, consideration of approval of October 2019 Justice Center Corporation Fund Report.
Motion.
Again, Reed, you want to discuss that, please?
Well, that's one of the things in previous audits that they had kind of named us on. AOC, the Justice Center debt, we carry that on our books, but AOC pays that. When they make the payment twice a year, there's a little bit left over in that account. Technically, it's ours. So this is just showing the balance of that account. It's never more than a couple $1,000, but it's not actually something we have access to.
You want to make a motion?
Motion. Second.
Who seconded that? Ellis Tinker. Ray Moore,
Aye.
Ellis Tinker, Donnie Bush,
Aye.
Roy Darrell.
Aye.
Motion carried. Consideration approval of budget transfer. Motion.
Motion. Second.
You skipped one.
Miss B. Miss B, good.
Motion carried. Okay, let's go ahead and vote on this, and we'll come back to it. Donnie Bush made a motion, made a motion, Ray Moore seconded. Ellis Tinker,
Aye.
Donnie Bush,
Aye.
Roy Darrell,
Aye.
Ray Moore.
Aye.
Okay, consideration approval of finance statement / appropriation revenue and condition report.
Motion. Second.
Donnie Bush,
Aye.
Roy Darrell,
Aye.
Ray Moore,
Aye.
Ellis Tinker.
Aye.
Motion carried. Consideration and approval of inter-fund transfer.
Motion.
This is it.
Motion. Second.
made the motion, Ray Moore seconded it. Roy Darrell. Ray Moore. Ellis Changer. Lonnie Bush.
Aye.
Consideration for fund active report.
We'll take a vote. There's a bill on there for $5,692.75. Time voice.
You know who that to?
Times Boys for a bill of $5,692.75. It seems kind of high.
I think about 30-some hundred, that was the property tax thing, I think it was 30-some hundred, and
That's like bills.
I went through all of it. It was all in the end, we got the actual, stuff that run the papers, we looked at it. But most of it was, clerk's bill there that you all approved, I guess the last month, $3,700, but $3,800, was it?
That includes the $30-some hundred dollars,
Yeah,
correct?
that's added to the part of the
Right.
motion.
Motion.
Second. Roy Darrell. Ray Moore.
Aye.
Ellis Changer. Donnie Bush.
Aye.
Motion carries. Consideration and approval of all legal bills on vendors claim list.
What
And
else?
this will include, I know the other day we had the Jiffy Mart that had some, 3 bills was kerosene, but ended up being off-road fuel.
What about else? Skip it up.
That's what we're on, is this,
Okay.
vendors claim list.
Just that kerosene included.
That ended up being off-road. Pump number 12 is off-road, but somehow it don't do it every time, it does sometimes. Actually, kerosene on one, but I got the invoices and, it was for off-road fuel. Can I make a motion?
Second.
Ellis Changer motion, Ray Moore second. Ray Moore,
Aye.
Ellis Changer, Donnie Bush,
Aye.
Roy Darrell. Consideration and approval of second reading and adoption of budget amendment number 5. You got it, Chris?
Ordinance relating to the fiscal year 1920 annual budget and amendment, whereas the Breath County Fiscal Court has realized unbudgeted receipts from the following funds, be it ordained by the Breath County Fiscal Court of the Commonwealth of Kentucky.
Motion?
Motion.
Roy Darrell made the motion. You second that, Ellis?
Yeah, somebody else might have. Second.
Okay. Ellis Changer, Donnie Bush,
Aye.
Roy Darrell.
Aye.
Okay, the next one is consideration and approval of the first reading of budget amendment number 6. You got it, Chris?
An ordinance relating to the fiscal year 1920 annual budget and amendment thereof, whereas the Breath County Fiscal Court has realized unbudgeted receipts from the following funds, be it ordained by the Breath County Fiscal Court of the Commonwealth of Kentucky.
Motion. Is that you, Raymond?
Yes. Second.
Donnie Bush.
Aye.
Roy Darrell. Ray Moore.
Aye.
Ellis Changer. Consideration and approval to adopt Boomer Lane, Glen Lane, C.G. McIntosh Cemetery Lane, Plum Creek Lane into the county road plan. Have a motion? I'll second. I'll go ahead and make a second on that. Roy Darrell. Ray Moore.
No.
Ellis Changer.
No.
Donnie Bush.
No.
Consideration approval of this calendar year 2019 training in the amount of $1,053.91 to the Jaeger Joe Rose.
Motion.
Second.
Ray Moore,
Aye.
Ellis Changer,
Aye.
Donnie Bush,
Aye.
Roy Darrell. approval to reinstate Charlotte Bailey's insurance. Again, I talked to Joe this morning. I thought me and him, the county attorney, were gonna have a three-way call last night. He was planning on being here. I did talk to him a bit ago, and he talked to you, Brandon, this
Yeah, I
morning.
talked to him this morning, he was planning on coming today. Basically, I've got a bunch of stuff here, we probably need to discuss in executive sessions on this as far as, litigation. I've got a list of employees that I've prepared with the specifics, and we'll sit down and let you guys look at all that, see exactly where we are. We need to get this settled one way or the other. It needs to be determined today, or move on, or,
We put that on down to the end of the thing, do it last time. Okay, L, discussion of discretionary funding. Which one of you boys want to take the lead on that? Does anybody know anything about the discretionary list here?
I don't know.
I'm gonna try to do this
I don't know
one.
about me going over and talking to.
I'm gonna try to do this and not get upset too. I'm gonna state that for the record, because I don't like it one bit. For one thing, this is the judge's job that he done back in September. Y'all took it upon yourself. I talked to Brendan a couple of weeks ago. I had a note to call Nick Vanover. I did call him, and he stated to me that he talked to the county attorney about the process of filling out a discretionary form. My name is Brendan. He said he didn't talk to anybody, and he was actually going to try to come over. We was going to call Nick. That never happened, but why would y'all take it upon yourself to fill a discretionary form out?
First of all, Judge, won't you explain to the public what discretionary funds is?
That is blacktop that you pretty much normally get once every 4 years when the governor race is going on, but they do give some along, and it usually comes along with every election is. And it is roads that you turn into worst roads, second worst road, just right on down the line. That's what I did do. I actually got with Hinkle. Corbett Collins told me when he gave me the form to fill out. I got with Fruitman Turner. We went around the whole county on the road that I turned in, and this was actually before you all even turned your flex fund roads in. So we went around and got estimates, and I was pretty much told that for around $1 million. We went around to the worst ones, and I was actually told that at the end of the conversation, when I was told that we weren't going to get any, we're going to get $0 discretionary money. Give you an example of what's happening around us. Lee County got $712,000, I think it was. Allen County got the least, they got $139,000. Allen County is probably one of the smallest counties in the state. Breathitt County is the second biggest county in the state geographically, not population, but geographically. In Prairie County, they end up with over $1 million. Kind of join these counties around me. Allen County, Wolf County got $590,000, I think it was. But again, we're gonna get zero. And Nick Vanover told me the reason we're gonna get zero, that is the judge's job to apply for discretionary form. When I started talking to him, he said, we got a couple red flags on your discretionary money. I said, what do you got? And he said, did you turn these 18 roads in? And I said, no, I did not. So I got the list here. He sent me a copy of it. It's Master, Donnie Bush, Ray Moore, Ellis Tinker, filled a discretionary form out that they printed off the computer. And it's the wrong form to start with. It's an old form. It looked like it was sent from the sheriff's office when it was sent in. And again, that's not your own job to do.
Did you come up with a list? We didn't see nothing.
I sure did come up with a list.
Well, why didn't you explain that to us, Judge, that you'd already done that? We had asked Reuben about this several times.
Reuben didn't tell you that he went and looked at any roads?
Absolutely not for the discretionary. We questioned him a whole lot about that.
And the worst road that I think that we got in our district is in Barwick. I'm just gonna read, I'm gonna read off the district that these roads are in, so y'all know that I didn't pick one district and one district only, because that's kind of what I was told by legislation in Frankfurt. Actually tried to make them in, and went back down there a week ago Monday, no prevail. Election's over, we're gonna get 0.
It's a funny thing to me, Judge, that these boys here has been, this makes their third term. They've been more than one governor's election.
Mhm.
We've always got discretionary money until now. That's just a funny thing to me.
How many times y'all ever applied for discretionary?
The
money?
the last governor's race,
Every
How many
year.
times have you applied for it?
Every time,
You have, Masters have sent a form
the
in.
judge and the magistrate together
Correct.
applied for it and always got
So
it.
y'all have never sent one in?
this,
How come when y'all got yours together, you didn't come and say, hey, we got a discretionary?
why do you come
Why
and
they
say
tell
that?
us unless you've already told them?
This is a governing body, Judge.
It is.
We here to govern the affairs, the fiscal affairs of this county. You was
Okay.
not elected CEO, you was not elected boss, you were elected just executive,
Absolutely.
okay?
Okay, so you all in here, he just made the comment that he's in here for the whole county. The road that they turned in, District 4, Holly Court, District 4, Mall and Paul. District 4, Quicksand Creek, District 1, Mill Creek, District 3, Little Buckhorn Road, District 4, Town Hill Road, District 1, Cutchin Road, District 3, Davis Road, District 4, Army Drive, District 1, Roark Ridge, District 4, King Ridge, District 3, Bowling Road, District 4, Slade Branch, District 1, White Oak, District 3, John Little Road, District 4, Fletcher Fork Road, District 1, Lower Tobby Fork Road, District 3, Upper Laurel Fork. This is a governor's body. Did you all get with Floyd there and ask him what roads he wanted to do?
Read your list off that you turned
I
in.
will. District 2, Strong Branch Road. District 1, Toller Road. District 4, Oakwood Estate Road. District 3,
That's
Bethel.
not, Oakwood's not even in District 4.
Which road is that in?
District 1, that was turned in on the flex.
That's right where you live at. Is that part of that? Okay.
Oakwood, no, it's, I'll tell you the full road.
Okay, I got Oakwood Estate Road on there anyway.
all right,
Number 3,
right there on the
Bethel Church Road. Number 4, Army Drive Road. Number 2, Barwick River Road. Number 3, Popples Fork Road. Number 3, Perkins Road.
Where's Thomas Fork Road?
That's at the end of the Prairie County line.
So,
And it
back to
was-
your house then?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's about a mile something long, and it's just patching on it. It was .528.
So why do you have to have consideration, come to us and work as like a governing body together, Judge?
Well, Governor Bonnie.
We didn't even know nothing about, no, you turned in nothing.
You didn't get with the judge, did you get with another master? It's a governing body, isn't it?
Why didn't you get with us? Did you get with Roy there? I bet you did.
Why did you, me and Lloyd all actually rode over through there. He actually rode with me through your office, District 2.
I'm sure he did. Why didn't you come to me and say, Donnie, I'd like to look at your roads or District 1, and you got time? I've been more than well to come. But you, I never got a phone call, I
Just
never
like
got a text, I never got nothing.
Okay, just like the 20 road that y'all turned in.
We were unaware that you didn't even turn in anything.
You was unaware. You already asked Sales because he named it one time, whether you gonna get into discretionary money, and I told him I had to have.
Absolutely, I was concerned about that. That's why I
Exactly.
went to Corby Cobble, and he told us to get a list and turn it in.
You went to Corbin,
Absolutely.
okay? Who was the one who called and pretended to be a county attorney to Nick Vanover?
I don't have a clue on that.
Don't have a clue. Was it you, Brandon? I asked you one time for the record.
I honestly don't know who Nick Vanover is.
Did you pretend to be you?
I couldn't even tell you who Nick Vanover is.
Brandon Smith called me twice on that discretionary.
I talked to Brandon Smith.
Okay.
And he told me,
And what, this is being recorded, so Brandon
I
Smith,
didn't
I talked to
think it-
him, I talked to him.
I tell you,
Over and over
Brandon
again.
Smith called me twice. He said, I'm gonna sit down with the fiscal court, and I'm gonna go through this and give you guys whatever, the equal amount to each district.
That's what's happened in the
And that's
past.
what he
That's
said.
what we done with him in the past.
We did with John Lester Smith, we had no problem with getting no discretionary money, that's my memory. We didn't have this issue.
I don't know, I was on the court for 4 years, we got very little, I think we got discretionary money one time. So it ain't my first rodeo, Donnie, I got 4 years.
Ain't mine
in here,
either.
Same as you did.
Did the judge, when you was a magistrate, did the judge get with you then?
No. As far as I know, we never even talked about discretionary
We
money.
got that discretion.
I don't know that we
Every
even,
year
I
that
don't know
I've
if we
been
even
mayor.
done any discretionary work all the time I was in there 4 years. I have to go back and look, but I don't even remember that happening. But again-
We did under
And
us.
again, you're on duty to determine road. How many roads you boys turned in your district this month?
Several.
Several?
A lot of them
Is
already.
Bridget Banks in here?
You don't get it.
I'm right here.
Okay.
Y'all gotta go get it.
She just got me a list of it. District 1, they've been one road turned in, 11/5/2019. The ditch needs pulled, Mud Lick Church Road.
One road.
District 2, hasn't had one turned in yet. District 3,
You must be in good shape over there. I said one, you done nothing.
District 4, one road, Big Branch Southward. This needs to be clean. That's already been completed. We did that the other night.
I've talked to Bridget myself, there's been quite a bit of work done in District 4 that's been took care of.
Absolutely.
I'm asking what have y'all
And also
turned in?
District One.
I've turned in a lot, she's seen that it's got done.
Are you not,
Twice now.
are you not putting them down, Bridget, is what he's saying?
Like I told you, if they call me and I've already got it on there as a complaint, then I tell them it's already on the list. I don't go and put Ellis Call too. But if you want me to start doing that, I will.
You don't actually keep a log of every time somebody calls you, Bridget, and asks you about a road or whatever, if it's a citizen or a magistrate, you don't keep a log of every time.
Yes, she does.
Somebody calls.
Yeah, and write the
Yeah,
name down, who
but
called and
I
their phone
don't,
number.
like I said, whenever you call me about a road, Donnie, if it's already on the list,
And you tell me that, correct?
yeah, I tell you that. I don't put it on that log that you
Right.
called and asked me to.
Right, have you got a copy?
But I
of the
could
list
start
that's been
doing
turned in
that.
and still ain't been done.
Yeah, I sure do.
Since you're talking about roads, you got a man sitting right there, got on me, we didn't get on, he asked me up there on, where David Jones and them live, that road around through there, about cutting the weeds on it, he said he had to pull a tree out to get through there. And I don't know how many times, Bridget, have we had the weed whackers up there in that district, up on 476, the last 4 or 5 months, how many times? At least 3.
Been at Bethel Church.
And I
It was
can
at Bethel
understand.
Church.
Bethel Church,
Yeah.
Bethel Church didn't go up there, that's been cut a month ago.
Well, according to that man that's sitting right there, it ain't been cut.
That, from Victor Jones's property down to Fugage Fork has not been touched.
Victor Jones to Fugit
And there was a tree fell there last week, about that big. I finally drug it out of the way, and my wife, if she would, there's no way that you can back from the back hill, from Victor's, back up to the road. You cannot back up through there. And if she fell 2 weeks ago and broke her arm, if it would've happened during that time, we'd have had a lawsuit. This.
All you would've had to done, if you, when you went around there and seen that, if you'd called me, or if you'd called the county garage, we'd come and move.
We come and do it.
It's been done, half acre, a half mile at a time, 3 or 4 times, and they stopped right there at that one line and quit.
We're
So
talking about.
you've got a place up on Bethel Church Road, from Fugit Fork to,
From Fugit Fork to Buckhorn.
Top of the point is where it's at.
Talking about the road that goes across the bridge there where David Jones and going
You know,
that way.
they have no trouble getting gravel if they wanna go to the cemetery road. You know, he take 4 or 5 truckloads, they go up there, and they open that road up. But from there on up, they don't ticket.
Last time.
I mean, they
the
did
last time
grade
we
it,
do-
but I mean-
Last time we're doing that road's been graded, we graded it out.
The road has been graded.
All
but
of it, all of it.
The road.
Yeah.
But now, you get up, you get a foot above the road and you in them, and branches and limbs and trees all over the place
They
there.
were sent to cut it, I don't know why they didn't cut it.
well, I was told that they got that done, and then they went up Fugit Fork and cut it, and then we pulled it off. It's been about 5 weeks ago. It's been in District 4, is that Quicksand Creek. They went up there, got Quicksand Creek, got Hughes Creek cut.
Big Lovely.
How many times have you sent them to 476, Judge? At least.
I said it's been there
At
2 or
least.
3 months out of
Yes.
summer.
Yeah,
It's been up there 2 or 3 months.
at least, thank you,
At
Bridget.
least, yeah.
Yes.
2 or 3 months.
Thank you.
District 4, but ours cut a bunch too for us, two different occasions. It's probably been on District 2 less than any of it, I know, the mowing thing. But now, this bat wing will make a big difference in that too, the other thing just cut too slow.
They must have been in 3 or 4, which you ain't been one much.
Well, the bushwhackers have been in too.
Looking at the list as far as stuff that
We had a
need.
contractor, a lot of them over there, Lars Johnson.
Yeah, they done that.
Their road or two needs bush hog.
I have seen, and,
I know down all around War Creek area, they cut all down in there, and they went
Arch
over
did.
Pamela Road and cut all that.
Arch did.
Yeah, Arch did, yeah.
Well, what level he cuts is on the side of the road anyway.
You can't reach
But
that.
I do not have,
He
I do
done
not
a good job
have,
of what he cut. You can't cut nothing, much more than what a riding mower cut, 4 or 5 foot.
But they just won't, they won't knock a couple of weeds behind Mr. Jones' house. That's been years.
There's
I
no, we
think
been
they
told,
better- I think they
no
better-
tree, don't
I think
cut
they-
no tree, no limb, no nothing. You know, they don't even want the road graded from his house on. But it's, you got 6, 8 different gravels from his house on down. and then
I have
you got
never had
dirt
no
from there
trouble.
up. And there's no way that
I've
you
been
can
there
come
9
down
years, I've never had
come
no
up-
trouble grading that road.
and back up, you know, if my wife would have broke a leg arm like she did, and I'd had to back up, and there's no way I could have done that.
okay, what I'm gonna
Grade
do,
that road.
what I'm gonna do, buddy, I'm gonna, actually go over today and look at that and see what we need to do. They should be coming out of South Fork area this week, hopefully, no later than next, and then I'll get a firm check it and get them to come up there, I'll just come up there with them if I need to. But they came out there and went to Fugus Fork, got about half of it, and then I pulled them off there and sent them to,
They didn't touch Buby's court.
got the beginning of it there.
He said
Ready
he
for
didn't
the city.
start on it.
Okay.
But I'm 70 years old. Lived there most of my life. That's, weeds have been cut one time behind Mr. Jones' house. One time, 70 years.
In 70 years,
70 years.
good memories, all I can say.
But I'm gonna get a firm check.
They were sent to cut 'em.
Huh?
I can't hold a gun on them and make them cut them, but they were sent to cut them. If they go up there and say it every day, don't do that, I can't help it.
Okay, we have,
You know, I don't mind a bit if they don't cut it, but let them maintain it. I mean, you know, it's terrible, you know, for the county to, you know, let David cut it. Let little Vic
I
cut
don't
it.
have no problem with cutting that. And grading it, people say, oh, they won't let you grade that.
They got it,
I've graded that for the past 9 years, I don't care.
they done a good job of grading it. I ain't quarreling about the grading. I'm quarreling about, you know, the branches and the
Now,
tree.
anytime a tree falls, if you'll call the county garage, or back there says the woman to take the call, or you call me, we'll get your tree moved, if I have to come move it myself.
okay, you're with, let's get back to where we at. For example, in District 1, the Mud Lake Creek Road, the Mud Lake Church Road, I'm trying to look through my thing here, and I don't see where that was ever turned in, except back in May the 2nd, it was repaired, it had a pipe stopped up, and it was graded in gravel.
Turned in
That was
January.
May the 2nd,
Turned in January.
May 2nd it was completed.
What road?
Mud Lake, the one that was turned in the other day.
Richard Brewer lived.
Which mud lick?
Richard Brewer.
Frozen in Mud Lake.
District 1, I don't think I can take it.
That's Mud Lick Church Road.
Right.
That's the part Richard
And that
Brewer
was,
lived.
that was fixed May the 2nd. It was, pipe was stopped up and it was graded in gravel.
Been turned in
No.
since January.
May
You're talking about
2nd.
Mud Lick Church. Remember Jamie just went, him and Pappy went down there and
Put
they
no
stopped
pipe.
that pipe.
Did not put no pipe.
No,
No,
they
they
didn't put no
put
pipe
pipe in, it
in,
was
no, they
stopped up.
unstopped, all they did was,
It needed pipe, and he wasn't okay it.
Okay.
yeah.
Let's stick on what we're doing here before we get on pipe and stuff, because I want to get on it also. But, I'm getting back to the discretionary list that we tried to change the subject for some reason or whatever.
Oh, you changed something.
But again,
We're here.
again, you're here, you're governor body.
Part of the government body.
Part, I'll take that. This never was mentioned to me. Why didn't Corbett Cottle give you a form like he did me to fill out for discretionary form? Corbett didn't tell you a judge or the mayor don't want to apply for discretionary
I
funds?
didn't ask him for the form, we just was concerned.
Where'd this form here come from?
We was concerned about a week or two before the election that we still hadn't got no discretionary money.
You weren't concerned too much about it, you didn't get with Roy Darrell, you didn't get with me.
It's not my
Again,
job to take care of
Again,
Darrell's district.
again, as long as I'm on the court,
Darrell's
we're on
got to
the,
take care of his own district.
as long as we're on the court, and, but Donnie said that he was here for the whole county.
So that was part of the governing body
We all are.
that sees about the fiscal affairs of this county. I'm not the CEO, and you ain't either, but that's another story.
Again, the county don't run on a CEO, you know
Well,
better than that.
gosh, Matty, they don't.
But how come District Two is not included in your governing body then?
I'm not the master District Two.
We can't take care of district.
So you can't take care of it.
No,
Okay.
that's your.
But again, I'm fed up with that. It can't go like this.
So are we.
It's not gonna go like
You
this.
think we're liking it?
I think so.
We had no problem with it
I
before,
think you do
Judge.
like it.
We didn't have a problem.
But it was turned in, I even
And
talked,
we didn't
I
get
even talked to the
discretionary
chief,
money.
I even talked to the chief of staff. Okay, Corbett called him, tell you to get with Hinkle and get an estimate on them roads and turn in with it. Where'd y'all come up with your estimate out on what it costs to do these roads? Who done that? And every one of y'all was even figures for somehow or another. When Ruben done his and he ain't got an even
I tell you
dollar.
what, ask Reuben how many times we asked Reuben
We called him.
about
I'm not worried about Ruben. Ruben done his
Reuben's the
job.
one done yours.
He
done his
came
job.
and got with me like Corbett Caldwell told me to do, but you're saying Corbett Caldwell didn't tell you to get with him. Corbett Caldwell didn't tell you to get with the
I
judge.
didn't say Corbett called it till it's not get Reuben, I didn't say that.
Okay, so did he or did he not?
Do you want me to get with Reuben?
Uh-huh.
No, he won't certainly not.
Who'd you go to get your estimate together for you?
The estimates,
Yeah.
we estimated their sales,
Oh,
right?
I
We
guess,
all
I
got
don't
together,
know.
get their estimates in.
Okay.
We've talked to Brendan, we've talked to Brendan, we've talked to Cluster, I don't know how many we've talked to about this.
Brandon Smith, state senator, Buster Harris, state representative.
Okay, what did Brendan tell you? You wanna get with you and get all 4 districts?
Yes,
even,
sir,
right?
yes, sir.
Okay, what did,
And they.
what
told-
did,
and I
Cluster
think-
tell you?
I think you had even gone with Chris, who's the representative in Hazard. Chris Steele.
Yeah, Fitch is a steal, Chris is a biggest. Okay, what did Cluster Hard tell you to do?
Just exactly what we done.
Go ahead and fix your own form out and send it
Just
in?
list in, that's exactly right.
To do your own list and send it in. He didn't say do all 4 districts?
Said send a
He
list.
said send a list, he didn't say do one district or two.
Let me ask you this,
Whatever.
and did you talk to Cluster? Did you talk to Brandon Smith? Maybe that's where you didn't get that.
Yeah, I talked to Brendan. Brendan is the one who couldn't find the list that I turned in.
Why not? You
And-
turn one in?
And then he said after he talked to him, he said all of a sudden it showed up the next day. So it did get showed up.
Oh.
But I still want to know why y'all took this upon yourselves when that's not your job to send the script.
We called
We never did nothing.
We'll
Everybody
make
else
sure
did
we
it.
got something.
Well, you figured right because that's what we're gonna get is nothing. You done good figuring on that, I'll give you credit.
But it's our fault.
Absolutely.
Well, then explain
That's what the
that.
Hanover said. The guy that you don't know is the one I'll get with Brendan with. That's not your job.
You already turned in a list, Judge.
Absolutely.
Okay, what happened to that? Why wasn't that even considered?
When this got turned in there and all this
Days
stuff.
before the election.
All this,
Days before the election. These other counties already got it months ago, Judge.
day before the election, you know when the election was?
Days.
Oh, days.
When that was
It
turned
wasn't-
in.
It wasn't your job.
You already had one turned in. Where's the money on that?
Again, you said Turner made the comments, you didn't
You
get the
can't
whole county. You didn't get nothing in District Two.
I hate the factory district too. Roy Darrell is.
Absolutely, you ain't for, you said you're for the whole
I
county.
said I'm a part of the government by the other county. He's part of it too. Get your facts straight.
Again, that's not your job. Your job is to turn roads in.
I
And
just
the road
told you what my
the road that
job
you
was, and
turned
I
in-
did my job for my district.
Okay, one road in November.
I'm talking about the discretionary money.
Three roads in October.
That water's been turned in since January.
One road in September.
January, Judge, January.
No, Mayfield,
You've done less in my district than any district here.
You better get through and look at this list. I don't agree with
I
that.
thought you was got through saying I didn't turn in nothing.
You didn't. You
I guess you done it then.
No, Sierra Cone, George Spicer, Louise Tovey, Rowena Chandler, Steve
I
Tovey,
bet you don't even
John
know who the people
Hall,
are.
Daniel
You ain't even
Tyler.
talked to them.
Huh?
You ain't even talked to them people.
Oh, no, they called Bridget when they called most of the time. I probably talked to some of these. Evidently, you ain't talked to him, you turned him in for him.
I have talked to
Oh,
him.
did you? Okay. Elizabeth Miller, Lisa White, Robert Smith, Brittany Cone, Eugene Smith.
Brittany just explained to you what she done, and when they called in, and I turned in, how many times you gotta write it down?
Okay, I just told you, Mud Lick Church Road has been turned in one time back in May.
And why didn't you put a pipe in when you needed one?
We're gonna get on pipe in a minute.
You want me to tell you why?
Yeah.
Because you want a pipe of curb, you said no pipe of curb, no pipe nowhere.
That's exactly right.
I guess just
I
the
got
two
a-
only issue you worry about.
I got a list of pipes.
Like I said, I'm not the master
Hey,
district. I'm
Hey, I'm running
asking
this meeting. I'm running this meeting. Another word like that, he
Like I said, we've been through this a million times. You can't,
You ready to stay in here?
You better read your laws, buddy.
Hey, you ready to stay in here and take care of
I'm
business?
trying to do my job.
Again, I didn't wanna get mad, but I'm about half mad.
Well, you're the one upset, I'm not. You admitted it.
And this is ridiculous.
It is.
I've been here, ain't even been 11 months, and y'all haven't agreed to work on anything I've chosen to do for you.
Have you agreed to work on anything we tried to do? Everything you come in here,
I don't vote on
every
this
action
stuff.
we take, if you don't like it, you either ignore it or you challenge it in court. Is that a fact or not?
Everything that's been took to court needs to be took to court, and I say. we
In
need to
your
go to
opinion.
court, in my opinion.
How in the world can
Hey,
you cover
that's
this?
it, that's it, that's it.
Let's
it.
move on with the Commissioner Road issue and vote on it. and move on to the next issue.
That's it.
Please. That's item number eight, discretionary road funding.
But, I just wanted people to know that we're gonna get zero road fund money, period. I applied for 1.25 million. They told me I had a good chance of getting $1 million. Then they said we had a good chance of getting 750, what we probably ended up getting. But we got a donut, got zero, for the whole county.
And what was the reason they stated?
I just told you, Nick Vanover.
Who is
County-
Nick, explain it, who is Nick Banner?
We didn't find out which county attorney called, it must have been from another county. If you would insinuate that you
You're trying
are
to
the county
accuse us
attorney.
of impersonating the county attorney?
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't put it past you. Okay, going on to the next thing.
Ridiculous.
Next thing, Watts Fire Department, Tim Ogden.
Judge Noble, Physical Court, thank you for the opportunity to speak today. As most of you know, the former Watts Fire Department was closed in the spring of 2015. We assembled a group of local individuals to reopen the closed Watts Fire Department and did a sort of rebranding. It is now the Watts Candy Volunteer Fire Department. We reopened in the fall of 2015 and have not missed taking a fire call or any sort of assistance call in our community or coverage area since then. Every year we complete over 1,300 hours of individual firefighter training in-house and at the Kentucky Fire School at Hazard. And about 2 years ago, we took on the task of applying for a certificate of need for the entire geographical area of Breathitt County to form an ambulance service. In November 5th of this year, we were awarded our license by the Commonwealth of Kentucky and the KBIS, Kentucky Board of Emergency Medical Services, for a Class 1 Advanced Life Support and Basic Life Support ambulance service to serve the entire population and the geographical area of Breathitt County. Our goal is to serve everyone in Breathitt County, regardless of their ability to pay or discriminate against no one for our EMS services. We have 3 ambulances on the road today. We have a 4th ambulance on standby if we need it. We have a good crew working for us. They're actually out on the road today taking care of patients today. And we would cordially ask that we be added to the 911 system to take 911 calls, emergency calls also. We actually fielded one just a couple mornings ago. But we would like to be able to field those for the county and do the same job we've done with our fire department and take care of the folks in Breathitt. I try to keep it as short as I could.
So what Tim is saying, and I'm sorry, I didn't put Watts Fire Department, that's kind of what I'm used to calling it and go by it every day, but it is Watts County Volunteer Fire Department. And I talked to Tim on this a couple weeks ago, and then we got the other ambulance service one through too. But in the past, when Irwood Ambulance Service had it and McIntosh Ambulance Service had it, I guess y'all was on there rotating list. I guess Irwood got one, McIntosh got the next, so and so. And
Yeah, that's what they tried to do for a while.
so what Tim was asking to do is to consideration of motion to divide it up with the Breathitt County, Wolf County Animal Service to divide the 911 calls. Right?
Yes.
How many ambulances, I guess you guys are Wolf County, how many ambulances do you guys have?
Ready to roll?
Yeah. that you-
9.
Do they need to
Need to
speak to?
Make a
Yeah,
presentation.
this is who, this, I've got you on down the list, but you wanna go ahead and present your,
Cameron?
well, do we need to?
As far as the 911 goes, of course, we've had this issue many times in the past. I don't know what happened in the 4 years I was not county attorney, but what you need to do before you take a vote, you need to check with the dispatch center with KSP and see exactly how they can go about that. You know, there were votes in the past in which they were alternated, and sometimes that worked out, sometimes that didn't. So that you need to, you need to hear everything that you need to hear before you take action. You need to check with the actual dispatching agency and make sure that of what they need from you to make it work smoothly. Okay, whatever you're gonna do.
Okay. You would wanna go, I don't know what even you all wanna talk about, but you wanna go ahead and,
Introduce myself, Jared Fannin. We are not from Breathitt County. I got a director here, Greg Gullett, and Jimmy Conley, he's a consultant. Medical background is stacked highly here. She can talk for herself as well. But, so we come in, the day we took over, I purchased Arrowhead, first purchase. During that time, when I signed at 2 o'clock in the day, they looked it over and said, oh, well, you're ready to roll, so that's how K-Beams made us take it over. At that time, there was 1 ambulance on the road here for that service. We got 3 today. We also, another thing that helps us protect the county to cover properly is that we have the option of mutual aid with Wolf County. So we can juggle those to, help when there's abundant of the car wreck or, numerous things. As of right now, and then in August 15th, we took over and bought out McIntosh. So since August 15th, we have been currently, until they got up and running, only 911 service. We've talked to several people, FUD, the 911 up in Hazard Post. He said that there's a great improvement as far as, you can just tell something's changed. Obviously, we're, fixing problems daily, there's always gonna be an issue. I talked to, the 911 coordinator here. She noticed that there was obviously they changed, there was some complaints. We looked into those. We're here to make things grow. We're putting money in the county. Looking about maybe within a year to build a newer facility for the crews and the ambulances to be staffed. We bought Arrowmed. I started with 10 ambulances. I was guaranteed 10 ambulances. 3 blew up before I got to them. They was running barely. Now, I think the only 2 that are actually on the road that we even use that come from that original purchase is 2. So we have put a lot of money in. We've, a lot of stock. All the stock was outdated and everything. So we really tried to make this right. And we just want to make it the best animal service around. One thing that we kind of looked into, we don't pick and choose. Obviously, we can't. We're the only ones here right now, taking 911s. We didn't pick and choose from the hospital, nursing homes, whatever, some pay, some don't, we don't even ask. But another thing is that, with this 911 thing, with Watts County being up there, there's no doubt in my mind that they can't provide a better service in that area. But if there isn't something worked out with Hazard Post, say, for example, they get a call, they're up there, it's in town. I'm already in town. There's gonna have to be a geographical line or something
to, you know, keep us obligated to that area. Because of that next call, what if it was up there past Watts Canyon? That's not feasible for somebody to lay there and wait on me at all. And me passing them up, going to somebody, that's just not, that's not at all here to help the people. So I don't know, I mean, this is something that probably needs to be really talked about and looked into, because I know in the past, what had happened was that you had two people in the county monitoring, say if they was up for 911 and it was a person they knew, maybe they didn't have good insurance supposedly or whatever, or if they was way out in the county, they'd just say, well, just roll that on over to the next one, see if they got a truck available, we don't. That's picking and choosing.
Let me ask you a question, Director Harris. They are liability in that situation for either one of the ambulance services or that ambulance, when they don't take the call or?
Well, they are, yes. We are not allowed to leave this county uncovered. That's just that. That's where, you know, like if they was a line draw, then I would say that, you know, Watts County would need to protect its geographical area at all times. Don't think that, well, Brett, we'll go take 2 transfers to the hospital for some quick money and we'll just leave it, and then they'll cover the whole county. I mean, I think it needs to be played as the KV's rules as far as protection. That's just, Gary, you can.
Yeah, I'll chime in here. Again, I'm Greg Gullett, been in UNS since '87. I officially started yesterday, so I'm sorry I haven't met everyone. Tim, was it? Yeah, there you are, sir. I do want to get down there and meet with you. He spelled it out pretty well. I'd like to get with Tim and even the surrounding counties, and especially in this county. I don't think this needs to be an adversarial thing. I think we need to get together, the services, put our resources together, come to you guys, say, this is what we want you guys to do. Jim may or may not want to do that. I want to train with these guys. I was asking some of the people yesterday, these fire departments around here, we aren't doing a whole lot of training with those, historically. I want to train with these guys, I want to train with all these fire departments, and I think that if we try to mesh this together, it will work. If it becomes totally adversarial, we will end up in a shape that this county has historically done. Just from me knowing what I know about EMS in the area. If we don't work together on this, and that, you know, that includes you guys too. If we don't all work together along with dispatch, this is not gonna work for EMS. It's gonna be ragtag bunch, and we don't want that again. I don't think anybody in the room, anybody in the county wants that.
How many counties you guys cover?
We're covered here, we have the CON for here and Wolf. Of course, you signed agreements with surrounding counties should somebody need help or they need to come in and help us. But that's our counties. This is obviously the busier county. It's, you know, more population, hospitals right here, this is obviously the busier county. We staff 2 trucks here and a third most of the time just for, you know, the little things that come up during the busy times of the day.
And I had experience, and I'm not throwing off on you guys.
Yes, sure.
I have a sister had a stroke about 6 or 8 weeks ago.
Okay.
I presume it's 2 of y'all's ambulances come to the emergency room over here at the hospital. They got 2 patients out of the emergency room, took them on Lexington. My sister laid over at about 5 o'clock that evening before, I presume it was you guys come back and got her.
I don't know for sure, but
Right,
I was
I'm not down, it might not even be your two.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I'm just telling you.
Actually, one of the things that, I had a couple brief meetings with a couple hospitals and stuff. One of the things I personally want to work on is response times, meaning not just response times for 911 calls, but response times for transfers and everything else. That all matters. It matters not only in the patient care arena, but just in the eyes of the public, the eyes of the administration at the hospital, that all matters. Are there going to be delays? Yeah, occasionally there's going to be a delay. You cannot predict. This is like anything else. If we had every truck in the county staffed, there will be times that there will not be a truck available. It just happens. It's rare. Don't get me wrong. It's rare. You run it just like any other business. You have to staff where you need it, when you need it, at the most appropriate times.
As far as trending, we can't really trend a whole lot yet. He's not had the company long enough. Watts has just started, Watts Painting, sorry, has just started. They've not been able to trend anything. We need to get with the dispatch and see where most of our calls are coming from. Maybe we need to go down and set up with Watts, you know, maybe send a truck up. I don't know. I don't know that yet. It's stuff I don't know, and I'm sorry I can't answer. But it's a new company, it's a new venture, it's a new way of doing things. There was 2 services, like you guys said, for years. Now, there was 1, now there's 2 again. I just think that if whatever action you guys decide to try to take today, I think we need to hold off. And y'all may have already worked out a plan that I don't know about. Again, that's officially started yesterday. I think we need to get together and work this out and make sure that it's feasible for everybody. I think there's enough volume here in this county to support it. But when you start butting heads, just like he said, you're going to cross lines, and who's ultimately will suffer as the citizens here. And it's just that simple. And if you got questions, I mean, I made my information available to the judge once before. We'll make it available again. We are going to be open for questions, you know, day or night, just like any other business would be. So please ask. Don't hint around or anything like that. Please just come to us. And if it's an answer that we both need to get, then we'll both get it. However, the rest of the time, just ask us.
Okay, thank you. Do you have anything else to say? I'm sorry.
No, thank you.
Let me introduce myself. I'm a consultant for Gary. Been in this business since about '89. Was an upper management in Morgan County EMS for 9 years. Was the director over there when we had the tornado went through West Liberty County. 76 patients in a matter of 3 hours, and it was none of them. And we do it in cooperation, like Greg was talking about. And I was instrumental in helping get Greg on board here to help us out. You do things by cooperation, working together. I worked up here in 2003, 2004, a little bit. When I started out as a paramedic and worked up here, and I know some of the confrontations they've had in the past. We don't want no part of no confrontations. We want to work together. We want what's best for the people we serve.
Right.
And I'm retired. Jared kind of pulled me back into this to help a friend, and I'm more of a consultant, just trying to help put things together. I was a paramedic for 20 years. Like I said, upper management for 10 years, 10 years, and we know what the business is all about. So we appreciate any help we can get and performing and having the best ambulance service that Breathitt County's ever had.
Again, I think it's good to have new businesses, and look forward to working with you and to make Breathitt County better for citizens. And I know that's what y'all's plan is.
I'd like to just make one comment, and I do need to get with you all and talk with you all, but my name's Chase Deaton. I'm the chief of the Wolf Cove Fire Department as well as the Jackson Fire Department. Yesterday morning at 6:03, the Jackson Fire Department was paged out for a subject who had fallen out of bed. So fire department responds, nothing really out of the usual. We'd actually been requested to respond by Breathitt Wolf Ambulance. Our understanding is they told Post that they had one truck in the county and didn't want to obligate it to that. Upon arrival, my assistant chief locates the subject laying beside the bed. He's been bleeding from the mouth where he hit his head whenever he fell and complaining of hip injury. At that point in time, he requested that Watts County Fire Department respond to pick up the patient. Not really to shed a negative light or anything, but there is some issues. Like I said, I do need to get with you all and discuss them. We've had issues on car wrecks where the patient care has been left to the fire department until they're completely extricated from the vehicle. I mean, we've got some issues, and to be quite honest, it's kind of back to the things we were before. Not really gonna lie about that. What we want is we want everybody to work together. Fire-based EMS does have its benefits. Obviously, they can apply for grants and stuff. But I just wanted you all to be aware of that before you make any decision.
Yeah, I don't think we'll make any decisions today. I think we'll take county attorney's advice and get with the dispatchers and 911. And I think it'd be good for y'all to sit down and I've been told business. I mean, if somebody down here next to on the list and they'll rip right from the garage, I mean, I send them there, we could just do that and move the alternate list on the next route. I'll let
I'll
you
just
do
make a
it.
request, you guys please work together. We've had several ambulance boards here, I call them before, back in the past, which were uncomfortable and not good for the community, so hope you guys can work together. We got enough going on here without adding another log on it, so I hope you guys can work together, please.
It'll make it a whole lot easier on us too. We're gonna have to make this decision. It'd be better if you guys get together and tell us what we need to do.
Just a couple of additional comments. You know, the Watts County Volunteer Fire Department is, of course, a 501c3 nonprofit corporation. None of our board members get paid. I don't get a salary from the fire department nor the ambulance service. You know, when we started off this project, I've probably given up 4 months of retirement time that I've taken off to get this where we are today. But the only people we pay are the EMTs and paramedics and our office manager. We pay her. But that's it. No one else in our organization gets paid a dime for what they do. We've done all this just for the community. That was the whole purpose of it. And the entire county. We are probably the least confrontational bunch of people you'll ever run into. We're all God-fearing, church-going, God-loving people, and we're here just to help the people of Breathitt County. That's the only reason we started this. That's it. We're not in it for the money. Like I said, I don't get a dime from it. Not going to get a dime. I took off work today to be here. And that's our philosophy. It's just to serve the people of Breathitt County. And we would love to work in tandem with the Breathitt EMS service. We would love to. We'd love to be able to, if it's a car wreck, I'd like to see 4 ambulances show up at a car wreck, not knowing anything about what the car wreck's about, and have the ample people there. And that would be great. That'd be the greatest thing since sliced bread in Breathitt County. But we don't want to fight. We're not going to fight and argue. We're not going to fuss and moan and groan and complain. That doesn't serve anybody. Serves no one. It doesn't help a thing. You'll never hear us complain.
I just like to say, we went up there and met with them guys to see what they had up there, and I was impressed with all the equipment, what they've done, just what kind of grant was that, how much, what was the grant give us?
Yeah, we just received a grant from FEMA, the Assistant Firefighters Grant. We just were awarded a $171,000 grant for a brand new tanker truck to serve our fire district. And we didn't mention this earlier because it was more fire related than EMS, but since we took the fire department over in 2015, we were able to lower our ISO rating by 3 points and lowered most people's homeowners insurance in our district by 30%. So, yeah.
I like the cot there. How much, what did you say that, the price on that was?
Oh, the power load cot was $42,000. Yeah, so we've made a sizable investment in our
Doing
people.
long-term, short term.
So we'll leave it at that and let you boys get together and talk and try to see what can work out, and get us 911 dispatch for them. See what you can work out, and need to come back in for us to load on, that'd be good. All right, thank you. Okay, next one on the list is item number N. And it's a motion to pay $12,000 to Meat Tractor for the bat wing, 2/3 bat wing. And again, don't want to sound like I'm beating the same drum, but November 1st, Chad Allen called me. Said that Donnie Bush was in his store and said we bought a bat wing and he wouldn't be paid for it because it wasn't approved. September 24th. Item number 24, discussion of a 2/3 bat wing mowing deck. Copy the minutes. Item number 24, discussion of a 2/3 bat wing mower. Motion by Ray Moore, second by Roy Darrell Harold to purchase a mowing deck. All A's, motion passed. So it had 4 A's, no nays. Why did you go up Meat Tractor and tell me we wouldn't be paid for the tractor?
Finish the story there. Jeff. October 22nd, it was on the regular meeting, it was voted down on the 22nd. Okay. I've got an invoice to say here, 2 days after it was delivered. So the meetings, which we voted down, look at your minutes, October 22nd. Voted down. Why didn't you just pick up the phone and say?
It wasn't voted down, y'all
It was
voted to
so.
pay for it that day.
It was not.
It was already voted.
The purchase was not approved.
Hold on, since you got dates, let me give you some dates here. Again, it's just crazy.
So I was contacted about it on a follow-up.
Who was you contacted about?
That's confidential.
Okay, confidential.
I said, I gotta go to Harris anyway. I'll
Hold
stop up there and talk to
hold
them.
on, if yours is confidential, mine ain't.
What difference is it?
Well, we need facts.
It's on the minutes, or what was
It's
it?
on the minutes.
I just read the minutes to you. It's been bought, even if y'all hadn't bought it, $20,000, I could approve buying it, and we do need it. Y'all sitting here talking about the weed not being cut. But on September the 19th, I talked to him, and I said, we have a court meeting on Tuesday, and I'm gonna put it on the agenda. Cause I'm gonna back up and tell you when I go and get me a price on that thing.
You got, you know what a batwing bush hog is?
August the 12th, August the 12th, I went up there and talked to him about getting me a price to get her on a batwing. And the reason we need a batwing, do I know what a batwing is? I certainly do.
How can you turn it around, Judge?
But a batwing, this one here has got a 5-foot span.
Right.
He just got done talking that we contracted. We haven't paid him the second time, but the first time we spent around $40-some hundred for what he done the first part of the summer. So I went ahead and got it, and he said, do you want me to go ahead and order it? And I said, well, I can approve it, but I don't want to do it without bringing it up in the court meeting. So, he said, when you get a chance, get me a PO, and I said, I won't do that until we have a court meeting. The 19th, he contacted me, and I said, we have a court meeting on Tuesday, and I'm gonna put it on the agenda. He said, okay, sounds good. So the 24th, he said, have a look in the physical court meeting approving the batwing. I said, go ahead and order it, they approved it. He said, okay, good deal, can you send me a letter with the PO that required it before I got ordered or had to put on the truck?
Why didn't you tell him that it was not approved on the 22nd? That's all you had to do.
The 22nd,
22nd regular meeting?
Donnie, you're gonna have to get with the program. That was November 22nd.
No.
The meeting that you all voted not to pay for it. But anyway, you all approved it, I sent him a copy of the minutes. And then you go up there and tell him that it wasn't approved, you weren't gonna get paid for it.
We didn't vote, we voted not to pay for it.
That was after you voted not to pay for it. We already had the pay bought. And then October the 4th, he contacted me, he said, no, back up here. He said, good deal. He said, send me a letter with the PO before I can order it. So that was done on September 24th. So it was approved to buy it when it was ordered. And again, even if y'all hadn't approved it, but I didn't want to order it and not approve it by you all. I could have. It's under 20, it's been well in the mean to the administration code. But again, you don't want to bring your name, who you, it's confidential.
Turn it around.
But again,
You get it turned around because he's hollering. And you can't get one side of it because you'll be in the ditch. You
I
can't run a bush hog forward.
got a rollback longer than a batwing and a tractor, and I turn it in his holler all the time. Do I get him
Well,
bound?
maybe you need to run it then.
I sure do. But again, it was bought, it paid, it was approved to buy, we bought it, and we're gonna pay for it. And I want a motion to go ahead and pay Lee Tractor the $12,000 that we owe them, because it's already been delivered. It was delivered on, I think, October the 4th.
October
That's when it was ordered, the 24th September. It came in October the, I'd have to go back and look at my name, but the motion been made to pay it, for Rowan Arrow. Second motion. And again, Brendan, tell them their obligation when we make a bid in the county, how long we got to pay the bill.
Whatever the bill is, I mean.
On the bill's here, we've got 30 days to take care of it, it's been turned in.
Because there's a net time frame of what they give you to pay that, it should be paid the next,
Right.
whenever presented and approved.
Yeah.
But it's not been approved.
You've made a motion approved to buy it, now you don't wanna make a motion approved to pay for it. Roy Darrell made a motion, I'm gonna second the motion to pay Meat Tractor for the batwing that we ordered back in September 24th, it was delivered October the 4th. that you stopped up there and told that wasn't approved to buy and it would be paid.
It wasn't.
Here we go.
We approved to buy, and then we come back to the next meeting and approve not to buy.
Not to pay for it.
Right.
You not to buy it, not to pay for it.
Same thing.
It's already been delivered.
No, it wasn't.
According to this.
It was delivered up there on, what day did he tell me he had it in? So I'll tell you what day it was.
We got it delivered on 10/24/19. According to
Here's
this
the invoice.
according to this invoice.
And 24.
That's when he brought it. I was actually gonna take the tractor up there and let him put it on it, but we ended up having four
Well, why would you do that? How you gonna get it?
Four
Get
hooked
the
up
haul
on
it
it.
back?
Well, you got trailers and all that stuff on it. What's wrong with you? Man, I tell you. It's pitiful.
Oh, my God.
Has the piece of equipment been used by the
I've not even been up to the tractor yet. Friday, I went over and took pictures. It came in September 28th, when it was delivered up there. So, motion been made, I second the motion. Ray Moore,
No.
Ellis Cantor,
No.
Lonnie Bush,
No.
Roy Darrell. I don't know why also. So now tell me your reason you would vote to buy it, and then now you're thinking about not to pay
You
it.
can't use it, it's useless, it's too big. If you wanna cut a golf course or somebody's tractor fill off, maybe, yeah, but you can't get it up these hollers yet. You can't turn that around, hook to a big 70 horsepower tractor.
Let's go on to the next thing, motion bill. Approval to donate $1,000 to purchase the hay for the horses of Appalachian Horseshoe. Bill came in the other day, the horses up there. Appalachian Horse Center had a donation of $445, I think it was. But he said, they've always bought the hay through them, or they already donated it, but, he said we need to give them a donation for $1,000 and they will bring the hay to last through the winter. Anybody want to make a motion?
I tell you what I done, I provided a barn for them once, Appalachian Horse Center, whoever was over there. They bought, I don't remember what it was, 400 or 500 bale of hay, put it in my barn, and there never was a bale took up there to feed them horses. I'm just bringing that out.
Yeah, I don't know,
If the bill's over it, the bill's gonna take care of it, you know, as far as
So is the hay still up there?
make sure they get fed.
Is the hay still up there?
No, I give it away.
Oh, wow.
You'll have to put it up and put it in a shelter, some company will earn you. Take time.
I already did, but what I'm saying, the bill's gonna be over it, Bill's gonna make sure the horses fed.
I think it's round roads, so I don't know how Bill can handle any round roads.
Is it round roads?
That's what he said. I don't know if he can
I don't
handle
know,
it.
I need to check that out when we do it. I mean, what about doing it on our
Tractor's
tractor?
gonna feed up.
I mean, I'm all for trying to take care of the horses up there, I ain't got no problem with that. Ain't no sense buying a bunch of hay thing.
You might want to make a motion in to do it, or you want to wait?
I just table it and check it out, you know what I'm saying, about that little detail.
Okay, no motion
Did Bill want to put that on there, that he was
in.
gonna?
Yeah, I thought he was gonna come here, so we just waiting. He said he had enough to last for a while, I don't know how many weeks or months, whatever.
I'm just thinking about my experience.
Okay.
Gentlemen, while you guys are discussing that, I've got a handful of stuff that has to be filed for 12 o'clock, so I'm taking
Okay.
notes and dropping it off, and I'll be right.
And then the next thing on the agenda was the Wolf County Ambulance Service, we got that taken care of. So, part two. Discussion and possibility action concerning employee overtime.
We discussed, certain individuals over time, and you said you was gonna get back to us last meeting.
Okay, yeah, you were talking there the other day, Sunday, nobody worked Sunday, I went back and checked. Nobody worked last Sunday, but Sunday before last, when Peggy came out of the hospital, and Bridget's still in here, we needed to get this bridge thing turned in. And I told him if he felt like it, he could come in. I thought he was gonna do it on Saturday, but he actually did come in that Sunday. And I don't know if it'd be overtime. I think that was the same week that, we were off for something, so we got paid regular time, so. And I know you're talking about Calvin Henson, and, he said he'd be glad to talk to you and show you his thing where he got it, and I'll be glad to let you pull time sheets on it. But nobody worked last Sunday like you thought. And that's why I didn't say anything, because I didn't know if he got called out about a tree. I don't always know when he gets called out. Sometimes they call Bridget, sometimes the police station, if the tree down, they call him. And I don't ever know nothing until he turned in.
If they call me, I always call you first.
Yeah, and sometimes they call him and don't call either one of them.
So he didn't call you last Sunday?
Last Sunday.
Nobody worked last Sunday. He didn't have anything last Sunday.
But the question is that you've got, like I said, a certain employee's got 350 some hours, and your employee to him is only about
And he is the one, he is the one that's on call, that's who I designated to put on call.
And you ain't got the fingerprint time clocks back up there, so.
No, it ain't the time clock ain't the fault. We got one problem, and I have to talk to the employee, the time clock worked good, except, got a time sheet turned in the other day, and all 3 of his days were right, and the time clock wasn't set back until the last day, and I haven't discussed that, but, Calvin is the one who I designated to, take all the calls from the police department when something's down. And as a matter of fact, the same day we had the meeting when you was talking, 6 o'clock that morning, he was going to River Canyon to cut a tree. So, I can't dictate how much overtime he's gonna get, but he's always, and he ain't always the one I've called. I've called others on the list, and as a matter of fact, I ain't gonna say the employee's name, but I called, and she said, you want me to call him? I answered my phone, and he did. So, I just do the simplest way, and it's worked out good, and I got no problem with it.
Thing is, we're not getting nothing done over
Done over work.
there, county jobs.
What, you look at your list, what ain't been done?
You've got no trucks to haul nothing.
We've got 2 Mack trucks that we can haul anywhere in the county about it, and we got one dump truck
One
going.
dump truck.
And that's all we've had ever since I've been over there, for 11 months.
You've got basically 2 people that's actually, that I know of, to my knowledge, is actually doing any work.
Why, what are you talking about, Donnie? Kenneth and Jamie's out every day together.
That's right.
Calvin
You're right.
and Woody
You're right there.
together.
You're right.
And then, Chris and, Ronnie fishes together.
What do they do?
What do you mean what they do? You
Chris
come
and
in,
Ronnie.
you come in my office sometime, and I'll be glad to show you the list of what they do every day. And Bridget,
Must
you
not- like I said-
keep a copy too, don't you, Bridget, of what they do
They
daily?
must
What
be
Chris
in
gives me, yes.
Yeah.
another
So
district.
you can get with, if you don't come out, you can get with Bridget, she writes down every day what you do.
What he gives me.
So your district is getting, everything done, it gets turned in, looks like to me. I don't know why you're insinuating, we've got 2 people working over there, Kenneth and Jamie.
That's the only 2 I
Does as much
see.
work as anybody.
That's the only 2 I see.
Only 2 you see.
Right.
They was up in District 3 working the other day, and I wondered, you seen him, he went up in the barge.
I ain't been up
That
this
ain't your
street in a while.
district.
Only 2 I see in my district, I'm trying to insinuate.
Oh.
Mr. Noel.
Okay, they went down in your district, what district is, Heavy Apple in?
It's mine.
Okay, they went down there and gravelled the road this week.
They did. I
Who
agree.
done that?
2 of them.
Who done that? Who done that? Woody and Calvin. Let's go on to the next thing. B, consideration and approval to apply for grant funding through USD Rural Development Program for purchase of new DS vehicle and obligate $12,000 for general fund. Again, this, is kind of your own petition, but, I went up last week, and I'm not up with the sheriff's department yet, but I went up there and signed up. We are on the 2nd phase of the sheriff's cars, and we're still in the preliminary position for the jailer vehicle. And as of right now, we can't apply for anything else, the way the grants fall. But money may come available tomorrow. So the next thing on the list is gonna be a dump truck that I'm waiting on Paul Miller Ford to give us a price on, and it'll be a 75-25 match on it. And they did have some paperwork. Who sent the paperwork in for a DS vehicle? You?
It's the, remember you come.
Jennifer, yeah, okay.
About
That, when you sent it way
9%
back,
back.
okay. So she
said
contacted me.
This is the same grant Joey did.
Yeah.
She said she could do that.
Yeah. And then when I met with, that guy was from Colorado, I think, up there just, I won't say Monday, I went, no, today's Tuesday, it was last week, it was last Friday. I went up and signed the paperwork for the 2, police cars we got coming. So I told her just to hang loose on that, and we was gonna go ahead and do the dump truck next, because we do need another dump truck. We got one that's running over there, and, matter of fact, we're taking parts off the other two to keep it going without it. So,
Friday is when she emailed me wanting this.
on Friday when I was up there again, that was the day that we went ahead and applied for the dump truck one. But there's no money available right now for it anyway.
Don't they sell parts for dump trucks? You can't take parts off this and that.
Yeah.
I've run a truck for 30 years.
They ain't worth buying parts. I've worked on vehicles 40 years, I know all about it.
I drove good trucks and I drove junk. Here, you can fix anything.
And talking about that,
So you're saying that Chris put in for one and you're putting in one for a dump truck?
yeah, this year we'll apply for, I'm gonna say April, probably when they, Chris. You said May, but I bet it's even earlier than that one, isn't it? For the DS vehicle.
No, not mine.
Oh.
She already got the paperwork started on yours, Chris?
No.
Yes,
She's
I
out
sent
there.
mine as soon as I got the email back in, let's see.
You had applied, somebody had applied for it. Is that when you done it, and I told you and Chris was 60 to get a 911 vehicle? Is that when you applied for it?
We could find it.
Right.
I didn't get this till,
Okay,
the end of September.
okay. It was just Friday, she told me that right now, well, I ain't gonna say she or
$150
Noel may have been the one from, on the green. But we've been approved the first phase of the police cruiser. We got the second leg on it, and we're still on the first leg on the jailer vehicle, transport vehicle. And it's pretty much just been applied for, but nothing, matter of fact, he told me he got it on his bid that month. He said he should know something in a couple months on the trailer, on the jailer vehicle, transport vehicle.
Well, now, I actually talked to Jennifer yesterday on the DES. She had called me about something else. She got talking and said that she was just waiting on approval to do the DES. And that if she got full approval, she could. Because Chris had mentioned it, and she said that. And that was yesterday about 3 o'clock.
Let me get with her then, something may have changed since Friday, because he told me there wasn't any money available right now for the county, and I told him we need a dump truck, and then there's actually some more funding available,
I'll make
through
that
some
motion.
flooding charges.
I'll make a motion. Go ahead and approve that.
That's second.
What are you approving?
Match the grant money for the DES vehicle.
And do we need a new DS vehicle?
The one I've got right now, it's not practical to respond. I can't haul nothing in it. We bought that years ago and that hasn't been done.
Mm-hmm.
It was for manpower, to haul manpower to scenes and all the other equipment I've got. Trailers. I can't respond to nothing, I can't haul nothing in it, no cleanup kits, no, I can't haul nothing in it. It's,
Basically, you get a $50,000 vehicle for $12,000.
Anytime we get these vehicles, get that kind of money, I don't care which department it is.
Yeah, I'm
upgrade.
not saying that, and that is a good way to do it, but,
I mean, we should have.
I'm gonna remind you of something you made a motion to do, and it's still, it's hog tied, but, I'm all for giving $12,000 for a $50,000 or $60,000 vehicle. But I'm against going ahead and just paying full price for it when you can go through this here that y'all can do the other day on the police cruiser. Y'all made a motion to go ahead and buy a police interceptor and pay $33,000 some dollars, just because you can.
That was a state contract price on that.
That's a $60,000 vehicle.
Right. I would rather run it through this and pay $12,000 than
And
turn
when
it and pay
the
$1.
two cars come in,
That you
they're gonna
can't-
turn the two tie holes over to the garage.
And I still say-
It's dangerous to be on the road.
I still say you can't, pay it for it with ABC for them, but that's another thing. That's in, so Donnie Bush is making a motion, Ray Moore seconded the motion. But again, I want to remind you that I told him that I wanted to do a dump truck ahead of this, so, I'm gonna call Jennifer and see why she told you that it was okay and.
You consider spending $12,000 on a Batwing we don't need, that'd go a long ways on a new dump truck. That's pay for this vehicle right here.
That way we don't need.
Don't need it.
My first priority is safety, and these roads ain't been safe this summer on account of not having them that way.
Can't get that up.
But that's another thing. Donnie Bush has made a motion and Ray Moore seconded it. Ellis Tinter.
Aye.
Donnie Bush.
Aye.
Roy Darrell.
Aye.
And again, I'm gonna make sure before anything's done on ordering that she hasn't, put that other grant, I don't know why she would call me, she told her that's all.
You're not
She
agreeing
called,
with
she
We
called
talked,
you.
we talking about something else and then come up, yes.
Okay, she called you and told you that it was approved, right?
No, that's not what, I did not say that. I said that if she said she had fiscal court approval to proceed, that she could.
She would, with the application.
That's
I'll
correct.
take that. Okay.
So are you agreeing to this match or not?
No, I'm,
No.
what's that?
Just
I'm gonna see if the dump truck has been applied for, and if it is, we'll do it
In other
before
words,
the
you're not.
DS vehicle.
No. At this particular time, you're not agreeing with this, what we just did.
You all voted, motion passed.
Okay, are you agreeing to it though?
Next thing, consideration of approving
Yes,
the
no.
disbursed payment of $1,500 to Ned Fillendorf, Dean Rosewood, and Lane Long Officer for payment of retainer concerning the Department of Labor claim indicated by Deputy Judge / Executive Charlotte Bailey. And again, to start on that, who filed this? Did I file this? Or did Charlotte file it? Did you file this, Brendan? About Charlotte?
No, this is the Department of Labor, I can assume, I don't know what this is, but.
Oh, I don't, maybe I misunderstood it. For,
That's what it says.
are you not using the county attorney for this?
What?
Are you not using the county attorney for this,
We talked to Brandon.
labor claim?
Brandon said that we never had to deal with this before, this labor law. So we contacted Mr. Tillersdorf. He informed us what our rights were, what fiscal court's rights were. He said the retainer fee was $1,500. Then again, I'm gonna say this, you started this whole mess. Stepping over your authority, trying to appoint people in positions you didn't have authority to do.
Okay,
That's another story.
I'm gonna tell you what
So-
brought every bit of this on, is canceling her insurance in September the 25th, after she'd had surgery and after she knew she was judge pro temp, so don't tell me what her duties was.
I'm not
And
telling
you
nobody
say
don't
I-
do
you
this,
say
but
I'm
I'm saying
telling
you,
you whatever.
we've done been through this.
But again,
You got to appoint a person in a position.
motion to
you
use-
couldn't do, and this started this whole mess.
A motion to use the Ned Fillendorf, the roles at Lane Law, instead of Brandon Miller, county attorney, that we paid for, that we already paid.
That ain't what-
And does anyone want to make a motion?
I guess you ain't used private,
I have
counsel
not,
and
I have
all this
not, I have
machinery?
not used taxpayers' money for nothing, no, sir.
you ain't used private attorney, what I'm saying.
Won't you pay for this? Why don't you all pay for this?
I'm talking to the judge, Mr. Earl.
I've had attorney fees, some, all
You
my
ain't-
life, I've been in business for 40 years,
You-
you know I've had attorney fees.
I believe that.
But, anybody brave enough to make a motion to give $1,500 payment for
It's
these
already-
boys?
It's in the line item in the budget.
I understand that. Who wants to make a motion? And you explain to the taxpayers. Who wants to second it?
Second.
And you explain to the taxpayers.
No problem, it's in.
Donnie Bush,
Aye.
Roy
I'm
Darrell,
no attorney, Judge.
Ray Moore,
Aye.
Ellis Cantor.
Aye.
Now let me ask you
And I
this.
vote no.
Are you gonna,
Motion carried.
are you gonna write the check?
Consideration and approval of
I guess
resolution
not.
of number 2019-1126-1. And I don't know what that approval, what is that? Go ahead and read it there. And again, if you all got time to put 25 things together, you got time to bring it in there and get it put on the
So
agenda.
you, and for the record, I'd like to say this, we're not against Charlotte Bailey.
Absolutely.
Anything.
You proved that over and over again.
No,
Everybody
no,
knows
you're
that.
the one causing confusion, Judge, but we're not against nothing, we just don't wanna make a decision whether it's right or wrong.
Right.
And we got attorneys that we don't know what to do, so maybe we can get help from Pillersdorf to explain all this.
Exactly.
That's
That's exactly why we done it.
I'll tell you the same thing Frank Marshall told me, you've got a county attorney.
And
that
we
you-
got the labor guy, he's only given us, and he's an
Hey,
investigator.
we've already voted on that.
He's
That's
already
already
an
in the order.
investigator.
Go ahead and read your resolution.
So
Resolution
we'll pay it.
Authorizing and directing the Brett Attorney to seek a writ of mandamus with the county judge executive. Whereas KRS 67080-1C empowers the fiscal court with the regulation and control of the fiscal affairs of the county. And whereas KRS 677101 in part mandates that the judge executive shall provide for the execution of all laws by the state subject to enforcement by him. And whereas KRS 68275-1 mandates the judge executive, along with the county treasurer, to co-sign all warrants duly approved by the fiscal court. Whereas during a special meeting on Wednesday, August 14th, 2019, the majority of the fiscal court, among other items, approved payment of training expenses for key county personnel. And whereas the judge executive refused to co-sign those warrants upon being presented with them by the county treasurer. And whereas during a special meeting on Friday, October 11th, 2019, the majority of the fiscal court ordered payment to all county officials and employees of the jurisdiction of fiscal court who have attended any trainings or conferences in 2019 for reimbursement of lodging, per diem, mileage expenses. And whereas the judge executive refused to co-sign warrants presented by the county treasurer in response to this duly authorized fiscal court order. And whereas during a regular meeting on Tuesday, October 22nd, 2019, the majority of the fiscal court approved the purchase of the 2020 Ford Police Interceptor utility vehicle for Breath County Sheriff's Department, payable from available ABC funds. And whereas the county judge executive has refused to provide for the execution of this purpose. And whereas during the regular meeting on Tuesday, October 22nd, 2019, the majority of the fiscal court ordered that the biometric fingerprint time clocks be reinstalled at the county road department so that the employee hours could be effectively monitored. Whereas the judge executive has refused to execute this fiscal court order, therefore increasing the opportunity for fraudulent reporting of work hours. And whereas it has become apparent to the fiscal court that the judge executive's refusal to act is an effort to politically retaliate against involved parties and nothing more. And whereas KRS 69-2101 mandates that the county attorney, who is so directed by the fiscal court, shall institute, defend, and conduct all civil actions in which the county or consolidated local government is interested before any of the courts of the Commonwealth. And now therefore be it resolved by the Breathitt County Fiscal Court on this day of 2019 that the Breathitt County Attorney is hereby authorized and directed to file an action before the Breathitt County Circuit Court seeking the issuance of a writ of mandamus that shall compel the Breathitt County Judge Executive to execute the aforementioned fiscal court orders and actions.
Again, I hope, did y'all hear what he just read? Again.
Motion.
It ain't put it up for a motion, it ain't calling a motion. Have you looked at this, Brandon? Have you looked at it?
Motion.
Again, empowers the fiscal court with the regulation and control of the physical affairs of the county. Y'all run for the wrong office, guys. Y'all magistrates. Same way when I was out the commissioner, I didn't tell Jason how to do his job.
I didn't have to.
And then again, I'm gonna go down here to the training, make sure y'all heard what he said. Any attended any training or conferences in 2019 for reimbursement of lodging, per diem, mileage, and expense. If y'all ain't got it on your phone, I got it on my phone, where I have texted you over and over again and told you if you choose to go to any training, that you all would have to pay for it, you wouldn't be reimbursed, over and over again. Go by the admin code, go to page, better not say what page, I think for sure.
If you want to get that.
Any training has to be pre-approved. Has to be pre-approved. And that means, when I pre-approved means you gotta ask before you can do it.
We got a motion on
You
the floor.
don't
You
do
say
it. I ain't called for a motion yet. But then again, on this police car, I'm gonna go over this, make sure people understood what he was talking about. During the meeting of the 22nd of October, a majority of fiscal court approved the purchase of a 2020. Didn't try to use a grant and pay for the $12,000 taxpayer. They want to pay for it with $33,000 of ABC funds.
What's the ABC money for?
That you can't do that with.
In your opinion?
We'd have to have a legal opinion, but that's maybe on me, but Rich Ornstein told me you have to show the buyer need of it, and his buyer need was that we need to get the Tahoe off the street to save gas.
Sheriff, you already know.
And we all deferred to safety there a few minutes ago, and it's not police vehicles anymore in Tahoe. They're very dangerous.
You've got 2 new cars coming, what I'm saying.
And they'll be filled.
And you've got one day ahead of
the road too.
but I'm not getting in that, but again, you can't use ABC.
So if you don't wanna get in that. but go
Rich
ahead, go
Ornstein,
ahead.
hey, you all use Rich Ornstein for 11 months, don't drop him now.
I ain't dropped him. Go
Yeah, you
ahead.
are. Rich
I ain't dropped nothing, go
Rich
ahead.
Ornstein's smarter than I am. He's
Smarter
gonna
than me,
tell
no
you
doubt.
that.
Go ahead.
Rich Ornstein told me if it
How
had to
big
be
duties?
pre-approved, it had to be pre-approved. Y'all can't just go down there and get your room and stay in there and turn in for them mileage, pick taxpayers pay when you get it.
We just voted on Joel
And then-
Gross. We just voted on Joel Gross training.
And then,
You didn't bring it up.
that was mandatory. He said he had to have that to be in, the sheriff had done it. Everybody who's had to do it, Argus has done it, Argus has been and done it. If it's mandatory, you're all saying mandatory. No!
As-
We don't have to do February training.
As one of the
How
newspapers
you gonna get
reported,
your incentive paid?
when you was commissioner, Mr. Noble, you didn't have no problem with then, about $30,000, the way I understand it.
I don't know, like you.
You don't know, you don't wanna know.
I don't know what was back then. I'd like to know how you got the bills and how they were turned into the paper. I'm gonna find that out. But again, and again, hey, no, we ain't got, I didn't ask you nothing.
You didn't have a problem with back
Hey.
2008, whatever it was.
If Jason would've said it had to be pre-approved, we'd had it
Oh,
pre-approved.
yeah.
But again, you didn't have it pre-approved. You say how we gonna get our incentive training, you do just like me and Louisville do. You go down and pay for your room, you get your training hours,
You wouldn't
and then
have,
that's
to- I think
it.
you stay with some of your family, I got no family down there.
When?
You said you stayed with your daughter or somebody down there around Lexington. You
Yeah,
said
one
that
time in
right?
Lexington,
You said
yeah.
it right out of your mouth.
Yeah, but if I had to get a room, I would. I had to get a room in Louisville, I pay for it.
I might be wrong, I ain't no genius or nothing, I might be wrong, but I'm gonna tell you end up having a problem.
I may
You
do
might
it.
not have to pay the mileage, but you'll pay the rest of it.
I may not do it. I've had problems for 11 months, so I'm kinda getting used to it.
You got problems,
again-
but you won't listen to
and
nobody.
again-
You know it all.
You know, there's a good example.
That's a joke.
Hey,
You a joke.
You are a joke.
and we got the county attorney to make that decision.
You already use the county attorney, don't start that
Just
with
take
me.
the vote, move on.
We got a motion and a second.
But no, I'm not done yet. Still, it says mandate to the county attorney so he can institute. Now you want to use the county attorney and institute this to the Commonwealth, to sign warrants. And again,
You know what a warrant is?
no, never hear it done. Donnie made a motion, who seconded it?
I did.
Donnie Bush,
Aye.
Lloyd Darrell,
Oh.
Ray Moore,
Aye.
Ellis Changer.
Aye.
Read the next one here, whatever it is, resolution of,
Resolution concerning the preparation and availability of regular fiscal court meeting agendas. Whereas KRS 670902 mandates that the fiscal court holds a regular term each month, which shall continue until the business of the court is completed. And whereas there appears to be no statutory guidance concerning the preparation and availability of agendas for regular convened fiscal court meetings. Whereas it is crucial that all fiscal court members receive the agenda and supporting documentation so that they can have a sufficient amount of time to review it and be properly advised and be prepared for the regular monthly meetings. Now therefore be it resolved by the Breathitt County Fiscal Court on this day, 2019, that for each regularly scheduled fiscal court meeting, the agenda and its supporting documentation in its entirety shall be prepared and made available to all fiscal court members no later than noon on Friday immediately preceding the regular court meeting. Be it further resolved that if a regularly scheduled fiscal court meeting is ever held on a day other than Tuesday, the agenda and supporting documentation in its entirety shall be prepared and made available to all fiscal court members no later than 2 business days at noon immediately preceding the meeting. And be it further resolved that there being no just cause to delay, this resolution shall be effective immediately.
I have a motion.
The reason we
Motion.
got this there, because we never get an agenda.
You never get agenda.
The past administration, let me make my point.
He's already read it, and I think we all understood it.
Yeah, you don't want to hear it, Because we never had an agenda on
But
time.
Mr. Ornstein, the guy you've had so much confidence in, you don't even have to have
The
it.
previous
for a regular meeting.
administration, we got an agenda on Friday before the Tuesday meeting, so we go over, you know, what we spoke. Since Mr. Noble's taking over, we don't get it whatever.
You ought to be ashamed sitting down there and turn 26 things in the
Law
last 2 or 3
says right here.
years and want to be added.
That's all right, we can put something on there, Mr. Noble. You got a month to do it. What's your excuse?
I had everything on there
You
done.
come up with an
except-
agenda?
I had everything on there
But
done
what?
yesterday. Listen, Tim Wagner called me and I said, man, we didn't put it on there, but I called her. And you all had it I said it'd been gone 5 minutes. The next thing was the meat tractor bill that wasn't put on the vendor's claim list. The next thing was the bill brought in here and asked about the hay. And then P, I added it on after these gentlemen come in here.
Let me suggest something. You guys add to the fuel tender, all items you want on the agenda to the judge, whether he puts them on or not. At least 3 days ahead of time. Because just for my purposes, I'd like to know what's coming. Because you get in here, you ask me questions about stuff that you put on here that I have no idea about. Because all these things I've never seen before, what you put on there, I've never seen before. I do try to prepare for these things a little bit, but I do.
I didn't put nothing on there that you needed.
Well,
This is all the way we
that's in your view. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that comes from both sides, so you guys are kind of getting to the point where we come in here,
Okay.
and you bring a list, and you bring a list,
Because
so.
he wants-
So resolution 2019-11-26-2. Do we have a motion or not?
Motion.
Have a second.
Second.
Roy Darrell.
No.
Ray Moore.
Aye.
Ellis Changer. Donnie Bush.
Aye.
Motion carried. Discuss possible action concerning wood 10-foot bat rotor mower. I don't think we need to do that. That's already been discussed. Voted on. G, discussion of possible action concerning various invoices. We've already paid all the invoices.
There's 2 I have come in, and actually there's one, somehow I didn't get it, so I was gonna send me by email. DLZ, the engineering firm that you all voted and unanimously contracted with on the feasibility study, on 10/25, they had sent their first pay request. That was an $18,000 project, and they were gonna do sequential billing. I didn't get the first pay request, but it was emailed to me yesterday. It's for $2,700, and then invoice the second one.
We
they
give them
were paying-
$18,000 for them to do a study on this?
They built on the new courthouse. Yeah, everybody voted for it, sure did. And so the first bill was $2,700. The second bill was $4,500. That's $7,200.
What's the 4,500 for? What is the study?
Yeah, that's payment request number 2. And it was for work.
What has he done? I've not seen that guy.
They've been on site like 3 different times. They come and got site plans, they come and got utility information. They met with all the elected officials. Then they're taking material prices, construction prices for the new building, and they'll render an opinion as far as versus build or repair. So I need,
7,200.
yeah, approval.
Was it?
Yes, approval 1 and number 2. Approval, go ahead and pay those to DLZ. Part of the contract you all previously approved.
Motion, second.
Has he been here 2 or 3 times?
He has. The last time was November the 4th.
Roy Darrell.
I got a question on another invoice.
Ray Moore.
Aye.
Ellis Changer.
Aye.
Donnie Bush.
Aye. On the 22nd meeting, last regular meeting, you brought on, Mr. Noble, consideration to approve and pass the due amount of $3,000 to the Troublesome Creek Environmental Authority for past audit bills. That was voted down.
Right.
But you also issued a PO to pay that, which, county attorney, is that legal or not?
Yeah, I didn't prove anything under 20,000. And we
It was
all.
voted down by the court.
We're part of
He
it.
issued,
That's not a purchase.
he issued.
That's just an invoice saying that we were, behind. They had audited, it was $9,000 and, the board is made up of Breathitt, Knott, and Perry County. And that was supposed to have been paid back in January, February.
Not a
I think.
critical issue is in regard to procurement, that's when you buy things. That, I mean,
That there is
that's
for
something you
audit.
don't have to be it, so if that goes through is what that applies to. So this is just a bill, it's not something that you purchased or secured, so that's something that probably has to get voted upon by the court.
We didn't agree.
They voted it down.
But he still issued a PO to pay it, which is illegal.
That PO would just be for a purchase.
That was going back even under the previous administration, that bill there.
Yeah.
Yeah, John Lishman would
Last
pay
year,
it.
voted.
John Lishman would pay it.
Right.
Okay, so consideration approval to give Roll Courthouse telephone to the city of Jackson. And I kind of, when I got an estimate on having the telephone replaced, the problem wasn't as much as the telephones as it was, they were old telephones, but it was the wire that got inside the building. They were gonna, the estimate that I had was to completely rewire the building and go with fiber optic. Your all bill was a little cheaper than what they bidded, but the only thing they done was change the telephone out. Half of these lines, when you call in, you might as well hang up because you can't talk on them. It's just dead, staticky. So now we're gonna have to turn around and have telephone companies. I got with the bunch that came over here the first time, so new telephones didn't fix your problem. We still got major problems with our lines, and I just want to address that. But anybody want to make a motion to give the old telephone to the city of Jackson? It's the same system they've got.
Motion.
Second.
Ray Moore,
Aye.
Donnie, Bill Cantor.
And just to clarify, well, you guys wouldn't vote, I just want to clarify something.
Clarified, and all.
Well, I mean, here's the thing, you know, we just can't give our property away. You have to declare it surplus
Interagreement.
property. Right, I understand, you have to declare it surplus property, but, and auction it if it's to a private person, but you can't give it to another government entity. Because that would be legal.
It's legal.
Yeah.
Aye.
Donnie Bush.
Aye.
Discussion concerning what volunteer, we already took care of that. Griffith Ambulance Service, Wood County Ambulance Service. Discussion of possible action concerning maintenance of county buildings.
The question I have is that Lakeview Medical Center over there, I've had quite a few calls on that. The air conditioner's supposedly been out for 3 months. That's one thing. I'm sure this is your call to it, as whoever does the maintenance on these buildings. And another thing, in the coroner's office, to my knowledge, they don't have no heat down there. But when they do bring a body in or whatever, I'd like to have something done on that, but
Okay,
to my
well,
knowledge, it's been
for 3 months, and it hasn't been 3 months, I've got a login every time they've called, and I sent somebody over. One previous time, we had to go and put Freon, it was freezing up, it's low on Freon. It is an older unit, we may have to look at replacing it. And then the other day, it was actually 38 degrees outside, they had the temperature turned down to 60, and it froze up again, but the problem was the filters. He said, it didn't look like they'd been changed in 2 or 3 years, so we cleaned the filters, replaced the filters, and he told me when he turned the air conditioner, turned it down to 70 instead of like 60. He said when it's colder outside, a lot of them switches over better, but he said for an older unit, but that's been taken care of as far as I know. They didn't call back.
That's what I was getting at, as far as
and then-
those filters.
Yeah, the filter
We
was
got
late.
anybody that can change them filters every
Well,
6 months?
I got Ricky to go over and check that, and I told him just go ahead and make a list, and every month, go ahead and just change the filters. Well, I don't know who's been changing them, but we're responsible for the building, and he said it looks like it hasn't been changed 2 or 3 years. He said it was topped up and sucked back into the thing, so that was probably the problem. And then the air conditioner, now, matter of fact, I got 4 estimates on putting a split system in the coroner's office. And then one guy looked at it, he said we can do it, go ahead and add to the jailer's office and save a lot of money.
Been a duct.
So I went ahead and got a price, best price I ended up with was $4,900 for both of them. Next price was $72, I think. One was $12,000. So I went ahead and called him and told him this morning, go and get everything ordered. He's gonna start on it Monday. The jailer ain't got anything except a big electric heater in there, and we don't need that going
Well, I
on.
think that's what the
He's
coroner's
gonna-
office got too, just small heater in there, I think.
Yeah, they got an electric one, but they told me when they tried to bleed them, it mud come out instead of water, so I guess we're down the basement. So, that's being taken care of, he's gonna start on it Monday. He ordered it today, and on the coroner's office and and where it needs to be done, what price it was, I didn't go into and get it, so. That should be taken care of on that.
Do you have a copy of your file of the lease on that medical clinic?
I do not, but they did look at it the other day, and we were responsible for the building, they said.
But I used to have files on those, I turned them over to the county when I left.
We should be able to, Mitch has left here, Mitch should have, he got a copy
I
on
just want to
that.
make sure that we should have a file and then we get
We
piece
do.
of county property with the lease.
I'll make a note, can I get you a copy of that lease where you look at it?
I'll give you if I need that.
Okay.
That's another thing. And that, last meeting we had there on the maintenance bids, HMC for the judicial center.
Okay, since we own that, since we own that, I didn't realize it, or I forgot it, I was actually in my desk for something. He actually turned a bid in back in May on that building. And when we bidded that stuff out, we never did bid it out, so when it comes to July, he came in here and, we done the thing, and it was $14,000, so I went ahead and signed a contract on it, but I have got the bid sheet in there that I never did open it, still in the envelope, but it was for
thought-
the same thing.
After you sign a contract, have you bid it out?
Well, it was, but it was under 20,000, I don't think it had to be, but, we didn't have nobody that bid it, so Brendan said that we could go ahead and,
If there's no bid.
and nobody bid it on it.
Did anybody contact that? You contacted AOC on that?
On what? Yeah, they said everything was fine the way it was, and it didn't be done before July 1st. And all these bids, we actually supposed to be, and I wanted to bring IT up, but I didn't put it on the agenda, so we get it the next time.
Every June, you do your requirements for the upcoming
Yeah.
fiscal year, and
Yeah.
you're part of it when it goes out.
So anything else on the county buildings?
Did y'all take any action
What's that?
on that county building thing? Did y'all just discuss
We
it?
just discussed it, the medical building's been taken care of, and the air conditioner's working on it, and
I'm
we
just
got,
gonna write down what you did.
we got
We
his
take the
system.
action.
okay, discussion of the fiscal year 19-20 fuel bid award.
That,
Those are already been bidded out.
yeah. That's, Childers Oil and Jiffy Mart. And you stated several times that Childers had the lowest bid, I think one of the newspapers had put it in the paper.
I don't know.
But the reason was that we bid it, awarded that to Jiffy Mart, is because that Childers does not, have off-road fuel. Jiffy Mart does, which that's about if you buy off-road fuel, you don't have to pay the 20 plus cents federal tax a gallon. That's one reason we gave it to them. The next reason we gave it to them is because we had issues with the card, the fleet card, Mike and Carl, whoever, anybody want, the workers wanted, they wanted fuel, whatever, they didn't turn it over, they wrote it down. It's not everybody that do that. So we wanted just to state that was the reason that we awarded Chief Martin bid.
All right. Next thing, discussion and possible action concerning Breathitt County Recreational Corporation.
That was that article with the corporation.
You address that, Brendan?
Can you address that or follow us?
What's the question?
Articles of corporation
They need to be
done, or
followed.
are you
They
going
need
to
to
do
be
What's the procedure, not what we need to do?
what we
Okay. You gotta tell me what you're doing. And it
Articles
says
of
the,
corporation.
so you need to follow.
Well, we voted to pass the.
Yeah, let me, I didn't know what it was pertaining
That's
to.
what time we need to go forward with doing the.
Yeah, just follow up with it.
The private company, corporation, okay.
But also too, and I don't know if it's got anything to do with it, I know on the, y'all approved it in one meeting, then disapproved it in the next meeting, then approved it. And I talked to, Roger Beckenwall, and he said you all can come in here and change language in it, but you all couldn't change, legislation. And he said you had done that, and I haven't got that back from him yet either.
Well, I think that'd be part of,
But I don't think anything to do with the corporation. part.
Articles of corporation.
But we can't put a
Wouldn't it,
board
Brendan?
together, we can't put a board together, but that's what I thought you were talking about, so you're talking about that.
The judge is still gonna be able to recommend the board to you, so.
Yeah, we ain't worried about the names, we just wanna get this thing
I
started.
think the.
Before we end up losing more money, is what I'm
I think the
saying.
problem was last time is.
Have we lost the money on it already?
Not that I know of, but there's still a possibility, the way I
So
understand
the
it.
problem was last time you didn't want else to be the incorporated, right? Or that's what y'all were
I
talking about?
didn't, no.
If you do,
No, he
that's-
had
take
that
my
address.
name- take my name off of it,
Yeah.
there's no problem with that.
It was his address, it wasn't nothing to do with his name, I think the address.
Address, I mean, put somebody else on, I could care less about that, Mitch put me down.
that-
We need to get it started, is all I'm
Do we
saying.
need to do, what do we need to do, then what do y'all wanna make a motion to do?
They don't need a
Seems like
motion, we
maybe
just need to
put-
follow up, make sure the articles of corporations are started. That's the
Get
next
Brandon
step,
fired.
right, Brendan?
Yeah.
Make a motion for Brendan, go ahead and start the
Well, I mean,
articles of
yeah,
corporations.
I'll put it on the staff.
Okay, Ellis made a motion,
Second.
any more second it? Ray Moore,
Aye.
Ellis Changer,
Aye.
Donnie Bush,
Aye.
Roy Darrell. Discussion and possible action concerning Williams Road. I didn't know nothing about it, but Brendan may be able to take the lead. This is the road that was, before we even
We've
came in
had a
office.
problem up there in the past, it's something I addressed before I left office in the prior administration. And Mr. Bush has been working on this, I've been informed by Mr. Fletcher, is, the lady the issue is, the lady claims that part of that road is not a county road. Right? It was never adopted. I've worked on this the last month or so, talked with her son. My understanding is that hopefully she will sign an easement to rectify that situation. Talked with Bridget a few moments ago here in the back. I just need to verify who all the owners are of that property, because it was owned by her husband. I'm not for sure if he has will, and if we have to include the children, her children on that, that's the whole of this point of doing the easement. And so that's the only thing that needs to be rectified. You still have, okay, yeah, it's mine, and you talked with Gerald, and Gerald informed me that he talked with Magistrate Bush, and that he thought everything was gonna be fine, we could get the easement signed so that you could start taking care of that road, and the problem in between, and alleviate the problem Miss Adams having.
So everything's a go.
Of
course, you know.
I talked to him twice, I tried to get him to come here today, and he had to work, so I still have to prepare
Okay, we
the
got-
document, I didn't know who I'll put on it.
Okay, we got one. Would you like to quick address that on?
Do we have a time frame for that? Because this has been going on for 2 years.
Anybody can help me with my job.
I mean, I've offered to help you
Just
with
cut off
what I can
funding. I
do.
can't do everything every time.
But I have offered my help to get this
Yeah.
procurement, get this through. It's been over 2 years, and it's been when you was here the last time, Brandon, as county attorney.
I need some help over there if anybody wants to come help, okay? I don't even have a phone line to be able to answer. I wanted to address that with you guys. I can't
Your line
get
ain't
phone
working
calls.
here?
No, we still don't have a county phone line over there. I'm having to use my own private lines. AT&T will not put call waiting on there, even though it's been promised to me for years. So half the county's getting busy signals all the time when they call the county attorney's office.
Same here too, at the judge, at the courthouse.
So, that gets back to the,
But I have got that guy gonna come in here and give us a price on just doing the warrant, and that would take care of it. Everything good coming into our building, but nothing good after it gets, well, not,
I'll be happy
some of
if
it,
y'all,
but.
yeah, if y'all provide me space, I'll be happy to move the entire county attorney's office back in a public building so I can be closed all the time. So.
we need to address it.
But getting back to Williams Road, I would love to have a time frame. You know, roads getting bad, there's pieces being maintained, pieces not.
Yeah, just the first part of it is adopted in.
Yeah, for-
And Bridget, she never really.
It's right off the blacktop
Consent,
road.
parts of consent in question.
Yeah.
Well, the end ain't been adopted in either. They're willing to adopt it. Is that your place, the end part, main
I don't own
end?
none of the land,
Oh, okay.
I think it.
but the others have.
The one,
It's just a
the
beginning of
question
it.
is a collector problem, the way I understand it.
The county's always kept it up and fixed it, and now we can't go back to
Miss
county.
Fletcher's an old lady, and she just wants to, she's caused, I like her, and I've known her for years, she just wants to cause an issue, she told me no. The son said he would like to do that in lieu of us doing a condemnation and having to spend a bunch of time and money and also pay for the property, because if you do condemn it, you don't just get it, you have to pay in the fair market value for it to do that. So we've hopefully worked our way around about that, but I just need the names to put in the document.
So we'll work on that, and we'll check with us before the next meeting, and see if I can get you a name.
I mean, I gotta get Chester, he couldn't tell me what the deed was, so I have to see if when Chester passed away, if all the kids are involved, and get them to sign off on it. Sure.
Do you have any idea, Helen,
I have no idea.
whose needs?
I've got to do the title work on it.
But, you know,
Can't go.
like I said, I offered to go look it up. I can do that. I don't care. I have before.
Just do it, I'll get it taken care of.
I make a motion to give Brendan continue with the procedure.
I don't think he'd do it, though.
Okay.
Just take it.
Okay.
Okay. If you want to, you can check back for the next court meeting, and I can get with him and see where we at on it. If not,
I'll check.
we don't put it on the
I'll
agenda.
check with Brandon at that time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you call me anytime, Ellen. I'm sorry for the hold up, but call me anytime.
Okay.
Okay, discussion of justice of peace / commissioner form of government. I don't know who want to talk about that.
You don't know about that? Did you start a petition to change the county government over matches to commissioners?
No, I did not start a petition.
You ain't got a copy of it in your office?
I do, I got plenty.
If you don't know about it?
I do now, you asked me if I started it, I thought you said.
Well, how did it get started? Do you know? You got a copy?
I got a copy of petition
Can
in
you get
my
a copy?
office. What was that word you used a while ago? Don't want to disclose it.
The thing is about
That's not nothing to do with me, anybody can start a petition for anything, but they're trying to get enough signatures to go back to 3 commissioners. And that's the way it was when I was on the court, I'm more familiar with that. But it would be 3 commissioners versus 4 magistrates, and they gotta have 1,200 votes, or, 1,200 signatures to have it put on the ballot to even be voted on. It ain't matter, just get the petition and pass them. We get so many petitions, they get put on a ballot and then it gets voted on, so
I think,
that has nothing to do with me.
I think the town voice, I made a misquote or whatever in the paper, because, it stated that there's only 15 commissioner county system in the state. That's wrong. I got a copy here, email from J.C. Young, that actually states it's only 14 that use the commissioner system in the state of Kentucky.
You'd have to take that up with them, I don't know about that.
So, and another thing, if you're not aware of it, the 4 magisterial.
But it's totally the opposite of what you're saying there, Donnie.
Right.
15% has
Commissioner.
15 county.
Paper quoted 15 out of 120 counties that was only magistrate, county governors. That's incorrect. Actual facts are they only 14 commissioner county governors out of 120. The rest of us magistrate.
They pay for receipts, they get a typo, I don't know, they have to take it up with them.
I'll let the editor know.
Okay. I
I'll
don't
get
know
him
who's in
to
charge of that, what, but, you know.
What this
I'm just saying
petition,
what the paper said.
what this petition
What
is
facts
for,
are.
though, is
Right, but my name wasn't on it, so
No.
that's right.
what this petition is for, just if you get so many signatures, you have to put on the ballot to be voted on, to go back, and it won't go back till 2023 anyway, I think, or something.
Can I ask her a question?
Yeah.
Are you the only one that reports to the town of Opus? Or who's the other guy, Harold,
No, Harold doesn't work for us.
at all?
No.
Oh, okay. So you're the only one that turns in to the town of Opus?
No, we have an editor. His name's Fletcher Long.
But you turn it in to Fletcher?
Yes.
Okay.
Are you talking about notes?
Yeah,
Yeah.
whatever's put in the paper, is what I'm
Yeah.
trying to say.
Uh-huh.
Okay. I just want to
Well,
clarify.
the current system is now, you roughly each state represents, what, 3,000 people in the county. If you go to 3, that's gonna mean less representation.
You have 7 district versus 5, but if you,
And,
it ain't that much more work.
and the district will not get to vote for their particular measure, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Each state.
Yeah, no. You're still in your district.
You run your district,
You have
it's
to-
primary, and you run countywide as a general.
Yeah.
That's what
If you
magistrate-
got it, and what that means countywide, say I win District 3 and John Y. Brown fall as a Republican ticket, everybody in the whole county can vote for that district. It actually gives the citizens more, but then it'll save the whole salary and all that too.
And also, you lose representation because you got 3 people represent the same amount of vote.
Yeah, that's what it was when I was on the court, and I don't reckon us having near the trouble we're having now, but that's neither here nor there.
So, and where is this petition at? In
I've
your
got
office?
That's not in the registrar's office. I've got some copies in here I can make them, they can come and pick up copies, so.
Didn't let them all over the county.
I guess, I don't know. discussion of possible action concerning gravel, and I'm gonna put slash drain pipe if y'all wanna do that, if not, we can get it to next to, we didn't put it on there. But, Donnie mentioned the drain pipe, so if y'all wanna discuss it, we won't, but discussion possible action concerning gravel. What do you got on that?
You need to allocate each district, or whatever you need to do, get some gravel and roads. You got them in the hallway.
If we done, I don't even need to worry, I'm probably contracted out to get somebody to haul it.
I make a motion, we put about $2,000 in each district. Gravel. Trying to get these roads, probably a little bit.
Yeah, I was out on Rice Creek yesterday, and I've got a bunch of creek gravel that I like to go ahead and pothole all your road with. But again, I want you, the reason the gravel, the roads are in the shape they're in, we haven't bought any gravel since the end of June. Because y'all took it out of the budget, so I don't think we can just say we're gonna put $2,000 in each district. I don't think we can just say we're gonna spend $2,000 in each district.
Well, you FEMA gravel,
Judge, we
Pardon?
didn't want buying on gravel.
right.
Not for the road though, I mean, if we do it. But I think, will we have to do a budget transfer to put money in there before we can even order some? Because Mitch had, took it on himself for by your own recommendation, July the 1st, or not July the 1st, whatever day he came in office. He took that position in July the 1st, but he had sent a letter down to Hinkle, again, he's doing the judge's job too, telling us that we're no money budget for gravel and won't be paid if any gravel was taken out.
Because it's going everywhere, we could keep that.
So we need to.
Weekends, nights, everywhere, going everywhere.
So what we need to do in this motion is go ahead and consider $2,000 for each district and transfer the money, do a budget transfer to put in to pay for it.
We can do that.
And also, what time?
Also, I think we need to contract Combs Trucking to haul it, because you ain't got nowhere to haul it with. And
We got two brand new Max over there.
be the only one that, they're doing FEMA work, Judge.
We ain't got one FEMA project going and got it done and got another one getting ready to start, but that's no problem. I don't agree with, paying somebody to haul
We just got
gravel.
through saying you're gonna contract that.
I knew that's what you was gonna say, I done heard you said you all planned that.
Planned it.
But,
Judge, how much is in the budget right now for gravel?
zero.
You said Mitch called down there and told him we didn't have any in the
They
budget.
were telling me, it made a
It's in
good.
reserve transfer.
And I got a letter, there were no money budgeted for it, if any gravel was taken out, they wouldn't.
He knows that, we got that when we passed the fiscal.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, I just wanted to ask.
He knows that, he knows that.
What's that?
That we done that, we put that in the reserve transfer when we passed the budget, you know that. Quit saying that like you don't.
I didn't say I didn't know it, I did know it. I said Mick took it on doing the judge's job, sent a letter down there. It was a letter hit the tree, the physical court had put it on it, that was the judge's job, that's all right too. And then you keep hauling drain pipe. We'd done drain pipe, it was going pretty good, I don't know how many we bought. But when it needed a drain pipe, Bridget would call the Masterix and they would approve it. Everything went good till we got up there and they got a 3-foot pipe in Kirk Road that needed to be replaced. And you all voted 3-1 not to buy it. Again, I'm here for safety, then I had somebody come in and say, have you seen that pipe? And I said, no, but I'll come and look at it. And it is dangerous to be driving over, the bus can go over at the end of it moved. But you all chose not to replace it.
What about another thing, are you gonna pay it?
We voted,
I got it.
I got 3-1 to approve that.
Yeah, that's what Brendan said.
Voted.
I don't know about that.
Okay. So y'all see me on that vote not to buy the pipe for Kirk Road?
I got no problem putting one in Kirk Road.
Okay.
I don't.
Well, let's go ahead and I've got here, let me grab one of these right quick.
I've got 3 pipes that need to be put in, 3
We all
months.
got that,
That was turned in.
We got 3-foot pipe that need to be put in Kirk Road, then we got 2-foot pipe that need to be put in Lower Twin. Then we got, a 15-inch pipe that need to be put in Dunmore Ridge Road, 18 pipe Dunmore. I think that's up there where, Cheney lives on the hill, ain't it? Quicksand? Mike, what's it called?
Quicksand.
Dunmore, yeah, that's where it is.
Dumont,
Okay, Dumont. 18-inch pipe at Big Branch. Somebody got in there and set fire at each end of it, run it up. Then we need 5 5 12-foot pipes up CBA Road. And then we need a 4-foot pipe on James Grocery Road. And then I told her not to turn no more pipe into me. She probably got a list of more pipes. I told her wait till we got, but I'll go ahead and consider a motion to go ahead and buy all these pipes and get them changed.
Well, they was working on Member Branch Road a couple of weeks ago, needed 2 pipes there, and they couldn't get them there.
That's a 5-foot pipe, I believe, when it was 6
Two
foot.
4-footers or 5 foot, whatever it was.
The end of it, rock was all washed out the end of it, then when they got over there, they changed it, because it's bad, they said. It probably does need change. But,
They need a pipe.
but you're all saying that she called y'all, and y'all didn't vote not to put the pipe in the Kurt Road, is that what you're saying? Did she call you and ask you about the pipe in Kurt Road?
She called, so Bridget, you're saying Bridget called, we didn't vote in here to.
No, she called y'all, told her not to, that's how we resigned.
She called us before about my your district, I always give them okay.
Right, same way with us, we done the same thing. Right.
Well, maybe I misunderstood her, but I was forced, she said y'all said no. And I'll check on
I
that.
can't say on that. How long ago's that been? 2 months?
3 months ago.
3 months?
It's been a while.
Probably did.
I think we lost this gravel.
3 months is a long time.
So y'all making a motion to put buy $2,000 for gravel for each district?
And it needs to be logged.
It will be, yeah.
Y'all ain't getting long, now.
I mean, 2,000 per district, not,
Right.
not 4,001, nothing, 0.
Well, the last time, don't get started on that, because last time, I know, one got accused of it, and I think your district got a lot more than anybody else. I think yours was the least, but,
One district got $6,200, and I got 0. What's the fact?
I'm gonna give a brief today, in fact.
Okay, whatever.
Okay, discussion of buy $8,000, $2,000 for each district in gravel. Anybody want to make a motion?
We got one truck over it.
We got 2 brand new bags, we can haul it ourselves.
You got one of them single axle truck over it.
There ain't many roads that we have to use it. If we do, we can take the Mack up there and haul it, and then put it in the backhoe, and put it in a small truck. We ain't got
Alright.
half a dozen roads we can't
Make
use.
that part of the motion, then. It go
Okay.
direct, not stockpile, it goes directly on the road.
It's about 10
Or
ton.
we'll contract one.
I don't see why you'd want to pay somebody hauling us with trucks and drivers over there.
So we need to know where it goes.
Since
Okay.
we're on the trucks, I'm supposed
It
to
would
wear
be-
them
it-
trucks over there.
You want to have?
Since we're on the trucks, we've got one single axle, works, right?
Yeah, that one, we spent 15, talk about buying parts, I think we spent around $1,800 on that one, that still transmission won't work. The warranty in it. And then another one, Ray Patrick turned it over and missed the door, and we took the door off the one. But you ought to go over and look at them, the lines on them are rusted. I could take a pocket knife, poke a hole in that air line, it's too up for us. And I've got that on my list that I'm putting together, so option off, I think we're better off. And that's why I talked to, Jennifer about a new dump truck, I think we get a $90,000 dump truck for around $18,000.
And $90,000 truck for 18.
Correct.
On the math, 75-25.
That's what we need to be doing.
But that's what I was talking about when y'all was talking about the DEF vehicle. And she's supposed to have paperwork, I'm gonna check for
We're
it.
talking about tandem, single axle, what?
No, it's single action.
So, I don't want to start nothing, but that's why I'm requesting, because I take care of my county issued vehicles.
Oh, yeah.
Them boys over, go look at them new trucks John Lester got in, they're junk.
Right, yeah.
John Lester. On that free truck,
The
they were jumping the ball.
No, we
No,
don't.
the white truck, the Ford,
Chevrolet.
Ford Chevrolet.
Right.
Oh, the 2.
I mean, them boys over, I ain't talking about nobody, but they don't take care of that stuff.
I agree.
They're not
You can do
wise,
that.
they're just pulling out after working late.
When we bought them 3.
And I ain't talking about you not getting a truck, cause I asked you way back in April about it.
You had asked me before the dump truck here.
Oh,
We
yeah,
all found it.
yeah, the dump truck just came up last week, when I named it to her.
We bought them 3 trucks, the best I can remember there, John Lester bought them, that you keep parking over. We got nothing over there, zip, nothing to run. 2 over here blowed up, 2 Chevrolets blowed up, when they're ready.
You talking about the big truck? You talking about the big truck? You're talking about the pickup one, you
Ain't talking about the
talking
man.
about the pickup one.
We're talking about,
The gray truck?
I'm talking about the single axle trucks you keep parking on the junk.
No, they want new, he said a new truck. He's talking about
I know what he
pickup.
said. I'm saying that,
Alright,
when
let's
we
go.
bought them, we down in the pile over.
Let's go on. $2,000 for each district, and I'll make sure it's logged, and, again, I'll need to get the road turned in that you wanna put on, but
Not to
I
be
think.
stockpiled.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
But I'd rather do that anyway, just take it to the road.
So why you want, I mean, that's right, that's a good idea.
It's part of the motion.
2,000 for each district,
Yeah.
plus the budget transfer.
Yeah, I guess we have to prove a letter, to send the Hinkle to go ahead and get it down on the ground, I guess, what we need to do. Or we ain't got a budget. I'll give him a call, and I'll just send him a copy of the motion in a minute. Over there, make the motion, have a second.
Second.
It'll
Not
change
your
it.
doc, that's part of the motion, right?
Yeah.
We already made a motion.
Well, I need to
That's
see
part
what
of
I'm
it.
voting on.
That's part of it.
Bring your motion off, Lord,
Bring the motion off, Lord, there, see what
They
they
need to
do.
buy $2,000 worth of gravel for each district,
And what?
not stockpile.
There you go.
That's your motion.
Direct from the square, right?
Yeah, you got it. Yeah, you got it.
Put on the roads.
Ellis Tinker, aye.
Aye.
Donnie Bush.
Aye.
Roy Darrell.
Aye.
Ray Moore.
Aye.
Motion carried. Discussion and possible action concerning the county road supervisor position. I brought that up last week and you all voted Buddy had it down and he is not sick.
Well, now, I called his wife, and that's what she told me. He's not returning my call.
Okay, I talked to
I
Buddy.
got a name for you there, Judge.
I bring the name,
Ken Watts.
I've got another name to bring
He's
next.
been over
You can't-
years,
you
he's
can't-
a senior man over there.
You can't bring the name.
Well, I just thought that, I'd give you suggestions, I mean, and another good man I wanna make a good road supervisor, be Jamie Overall.
I've got me a list and the next one on the list I have to.
What's wrong with any one of them two guys? Nothing?
I bring the name, I'm not gonna bring those
You
names.
ain't gonna bring, there's gonna be considered,
No, I'll bring the name.
you bring that.
Yeah.
But getting back to Buddy Annex, his wife told me he had another appointment in January,
When did you talk to her?
Sunday morning.
After you voted on it, right?
Yes, sir, I voted on it.
You say you lying?
I haven't talked to him since, no.
I'd like to put both
When you
names
see
on
him.
there.
Buddy Haddix has been in the office, check ever was ever since he left the county garage over there. That boy's cancer, that boy is, he's in bad shape.
Why would you even consider a person?
And I wish he didn't even have that stuff.
Right.
I mean, I wouldn't wish that on my worst nightmare.
Why would you
boy's
consider a
been
person?
sick,
on
that's
that?
why he left the county, was because of that deal.
I guess, I don't know, he told me he was making $20-some there and y'all could have paid out $10 there.
Before John Lester came in.
Yeah, well, that was the settlement, he quit.
He told me,
He quit working.
He'll agree.
I don't know, I don't know which way.
He'll agree to that.
He agreed.
Buddy agreed to that.
Sick man.
To take $10 an hour, it ain't what he told me. But I'll bring the road for him, name, I've got the next name, and I've got to talk to him and make sure he's still interested, and I'll bring it to the next meeting. Motion adjourned.
Well, we did that, gotta do executive session.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm gonna ask everybody to leave, we're gonna go into executive session.
We'll take a vote. Go into.
Make a motion to go into executive session.
Motion.
Yeah, you will take it. Donnie Bush.
Back in
You got
executive
to
session.
say, Brandon?
Well, an open session, what else you wanna do?
He wants, Darryl wants to make a presentation on behalf of John Lester Smith on Knoxville building.
Oh. But it's. I don't see why not. What's going on?
Okay, let's go ahead and call it, meeting back to order. I'll take a motion to come out of executive session.
Motion.
Second.
Roy Darrell.
Aye.
Ray Moore.
Aye.
Ellis Tinker. Donnie Bush. We've been talking, about the insurance deal with Charlotte. We haven't come to an agreement. So at this time, we ain't gonna do anything toward it. We're gonna get together and try to get not just the insurance, but the salary stuff included in it. So, do we need to put that in a motion or? You don't do it?
No, we're ready to go.
Okay, before we adjourn, Darrell is here on the monitoring school. We kind of talked about it in our last meeting. about rent being paid, and I actually didn't get with Donnie. Donnie made the comment that he thought, John Esther been paying, but we can't find no documentation of that he has paid anything without it paid that had been turned in. So, this time I'm gonna let Darrell, go ahead and speak toward it.
When John Lester bought that building, he thought that he could move it. He thought that he could go in and jack it up, I guess, with a truck or something, drive it away. As he started looking into it, he realized that he could not move the building without destroying it. Seems like he bought it, and I don't have my file in front of me, and I apologize for that. Seems like he bought it not very long before he went in as county judge executive. Of course, after he went in as county judge executive, he didn't want to do anything with it as long as he was in office. He would like to either lease the property from the county or sell it back to the county. What he has proposed, and what I set out in the letter, was he pay 11.2% of the rent that he realized each year to the fiscal court. He would like a 15-year lease with an option to renew it for an additional 15-year period. As an alternative to that, he would propose selling it back to the county. Now, I don't remember what the purchase price was in the bill of sale. But since he has owned it, of course, he's paid taxes on it. He's kept utilities in it because he wanted to. He didn't want the building to deteriorate for not having heat and air and so forth in the building. With everything that he's invested in it, I think it was $126,700 was his total investment. He would propose selling that back to the county for that amount. He would be willing to finance that at 0% interest for 2 years if the county was interested in buying it back. Of course, he realizes that it would have to be appraised, maybe the 2 appraisers, I guess, and the building will obviously have to appraise for that before the county could commit itself to that type of purchase. But he would like to do something with it. Of course, what he's talking about leasing is the land that the county owns. The building sits on the county's land, what it is. So that's what he had asked me to propose to you folks to consider.
So you're saying he would lease our land from us, or he would want us to buy the building?
Either way.
Yeah, either way. He would lease the land, so at that point in time, he would be free to market the building, find a tenant, do whatever himself, or sell the building back, and then the county would own land and building back.
15-year lease, what you said?
Yeah, he was proposing for 15 with an option for additional 15.
So the purchase price is how much?
I'm sorry.
Purchase price?
127,000.
127.6, I think, or 126.7, I don't remember which one it was.
No interest for the first 2 years?
Well,
2 years, that what it is?
just 2 years at no interest, interest-free. If the county was of the mind to purchase it back, with payments over 2 years.
Or probably another thing I thought about this thing. What if we just set up a monthly lease, and if he gets $10,000 a month, he just gets that and just pays us like $500 a month just rent for the property.
He proposed a percentage of it, right?
11.2% of what he's renting for.
From the past. But if he's
If he don't ever rent it, we don't ever get no money.
From what he said,
You want to
if he leases our
We don't
property,
ever rent it, we don't ever get no
he can
money.
keep it for so long. So he wouldn't do nothing.
See, on the rent.
What if we do a
we get money
lease,
every
what if we do a rent for $500 a month for 15 years with a 15-year option? Would he be interested in that?
That's,
Honestly, I will take to him any proposal that the court has, as an alternative to what he proposed. I don't have any authority to make any agreement on his behalf. other than, you know, the proposal that I made.
Is that what he's gonna do, make a decision today and kind of bring it back to him? Or does it have to be today?
Well,
Quicker
no, I
than
mean,
that.
I don't think there's anything that says it has to be done today, but.
No, he called me, he actually texted me, he called me, and asked me because I meeting yesterday, but I'd already left, and then I told him I'd try to meet this morning, but we had a meeting, I didn't get time. He didn't think that, to tell you the truth.
Negotiate, maybe come up with something.
But I did go around the building, I did go
I'd
around
like
the
to look at it
building.
before, you know, I need to see what.
I did go around the building,
Before we make a decision.
because I think, actually, when he bought it, I think he had 90 days to move it or something.
That's correct, he did.
And,
That was what
it's
the
been
bill
there 5
says.
years, right at 5 years now, and, that's why I would propose maybe just charge $500 per month and give him a 15-year rental lease on it with an option another 15 if you want to go that way.
He's never done anything with it since.
I didn't know where it
You
was.
say 500 a month over 15 years? Is that what you're saying, 500
$500
over
per month,
15
yeah,
years?
so give him a 15-year option on it with another 15. That way if he leases it out for big money, he's probably gonna come out ahead anyway versus 8.2%.
And you do have another option.
But it sits over there 4 years, we don't do anything, we don't get it.
You could have your rental analysis done for that property, to see what the correct market value would be. That's what the state requires in all
Okay.
situations. Costs a lot of money to do that, obviously, you may not want to do that, but still, that way you would know exactly what the market value of that piece of property is. It is affected by the fact that he owns the building, you know, and,
So we would just be leasing the land. And like Darrell said, I do know that if the court buys property, there are requirements as far as appraisals, and all. I don't know.
Yeah.
We have to look at that, but
Yes, they require you to appraisal and can't pay no more than.
market value, fair market value, something like that.
So, I guess, y'all wanna talk about it and get something together and.
Yeah, or let you and him get together and go look at it, or
Okay.
go over and look at it.
Because he did want to get with me, and he did take me to last night, it was too late, and, but I'll get with him then, and we'll talk, and then I can get with you boys, and then try to get something together for next week or something.
All right, I'll let him know to expect maybe contact from you.
Okay.
Fellas, thank you all.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. You all have a happy Thanksgiving.
You too. All right, motion to adjourn.
Before you do that, you want to set the next meeting, because, see, next meeting, come on Christmas Eve,
Next meeting on Christmas Eve, and we're gonna be off, let's move it up the week before that way your fuel bill will be paid, and won't be no, set our next court meeting for December the 17th, because we can't change the day, so it'll have to be on Tuesday at 10 o'clock.
17.
17th. That work?
Yeah.
and most of that.
Okay. Who made the motion?
I can take it.
Make a motion, next regular meeting be December the 7th.
Did you make the motion?
Second.
Second.
Brandon.
Ellis made the motion, Donnie second. Roe Darrell. Ray Moore. Ellis Changer. Donnie Bush. Now, set the motion to adjourn the meeting.
Second.
Ray Moore. Ellis Changer. Ellis Changer. Ellis Changer. Donnie Bush. Roe Darrell.
Thank you, Carter. Don't let me do that on there.